Could you? For some reason, I had to click start streaming in YouTube app. The OBS, it didn't automatically catch it. So now I should be live. There. Finally, I'm live. Finally.
Mike Mullins says, I sabotaged your stream so I could win.
I don't care. That doesn't matter. Okay, so
it's not much of a race if he's trying to follow me.
Give me just a second, Chris, okay?
Yep.
All right, guys, welcome to Kuntry 3D. Sorry about the dadgum mess up. If you want to watch the first part of the stream, go to Chris Riley's and watch the dang first part because I screwed it up, not Chris Riley. This is our build of the Ender 3, and he's already ahead of me because I've been playing with this damn YouTube stream. Sorry about that on your channel, Chris. But we're here, we're live, we've got it unboxed. Go watch the unboxing on Chris's channel. Go, yeah, whatever. Now I'm going back to my overhead camera so Chris can continue teaching me how to build an Ender. I'll be back later. Okay, so wait, we're unwrapping, are we unwrapping all of the extrusion?
Yep, I just took all the plastic off the extrusion.
Okay, I'm working on it. Let me get there. I'm sorry, my bad. God dang it. Of course we knew this Ender build was gonna take like 6 hours, right? I'm involved.
Right.
You did see the TiVo thing.
I did.
Mad Mike said you cheated.
Yeah.
No.
That's exactly like me.
Yeah, that's Chris Riley for you, that cheater.
Somebody asked if the power supply thing was injection molded or printed. It is actually a solid piece of acrylic. And it's not like screwed together acrylic. It's straight up.
Yours is acrylic? No.
Yeah. Yeah, listen.
Mine is 3D printed.
Whoa.
Yes. I mean, and I don't know if you can see it yeah, you can see the striations in the camera, can you not?
No kidding.
Yeah, no, I have a 3D printed one.
That's interesting. Yeah, this is really thin acrylic.
Okay. No, I'm glad I got the 3D printed one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one will break if you look at it funny.
All right, we should like both. All right, cool. So everybody, Chris Riley, the only difference. Yeah, definitely Chris has a better internet connection than I do. But Chris had to give up. He lives like in the suburbs of a big city. Anyway, let's go.
All right.
I'm ready.
3D Gusner cable cutout. Are you talking about that? Because it's just a gaping hole. Yeah, watch your eyes, that's for sure.
Mine is.
That's what happens to me in acrylic. Okay, so unpack all your screws and hardware and everything. We need some M5 by 45s, it looks like.
These guys are telling me in my stream, Chris, that means I have the older one with all the issues.
Oh.
I know. All right, so what are we doing?
We need M5 by 45s. We need 4 of them.
M5 by 45.
And they are labeled, so that's good.
All right, I got to find them. Well, I've got bags that aren't labeled in some of these. M5 by 25s and M5 by 45s. I've got 6 of these.
Mine had a set of cutters hiding in some cardboard. That's awesome.
Mine was in the bag with the screws.
Oh yeah, mine was in like a little cardboard sheath thing, I guess to keep me from poking my eye out.
Yeah, I had no sheath. No sheath. Okay, so we've got the M5 by 45s.
All right, let's laying these out here so I can see what we got. Belt and some tools. All right, so we're building pretty much straight on the Y assembly here. So we're just gonna start throwing stuff on top of it, basically. Now so on the 20 by 40 extrusions, there is a right and a left. The right one has the 2 vertical holes.
Okay.
And the left one has the 2 horizontal holes.
All right. And we're talking about from the front of the build or the back of the build, or does it matter?
And so if you flip it which I'm guessing is the front of the machine where it has the USB port and the card.
Yes.
If you flip that towards you, then that should be right and left from the front of the machine.
Okay, so that's right and left from the front of the machine. So I have horizontal on the right and vertical on the left.
Horizontal on the left,
Okay.
vertical on the right.
Okay.
And the vertical holes will go, the holes in the slot of the extrusion will go to the left.
So
on
they
the
go
right
to
side.
the inside of the build.
Right.
Okay.
And then so all we have to do is put those 45s through to attach these two extrusions on the right side.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
That's what we're doing. I like this. I'm not at fault for any errors that we might have.
That's right. So if I have to backtrack today, we both have to backtrack today.
You are absolutely right. I am okay with that. All right, this is tapped, I think. Yes. Now, see, we may have one of those things where, you know, I have the one with issues where the taps may not be straight and all that if I have that older build, you know. Because
Yeah.
that was an issue earlier with some of their stuff was that.
Yeah, and that I don't know anything about these at all. I haven't watched any builds. I had to let me tell you how much I know about this build. I sliced a file for both of us to print so we could print the same file, and I had to go look up the build volume because I had no clue how big it was.
Well, and
so,
I told them this morning on the morning show, I started to watch Nereus's build of his enders. And I was like, because that'll give me a heads up and blah, blah, blah. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, no, because I want to go in this blind, because that's what Chris normally does, is goes into him blind. So that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know just as much as you do. Absolutely nothing.
Excellent.
I am glad that you printed the, well, I say that. I do know the issues that my son-in-law has had with his and that I've tried to help him with. But, I mean, it's basically been over Facebook chat. So, as a matter of fact, he's telling me that he would leave the verticals a little bit loose until you put the top on.
That's probably a good suggestion.
So I'm going to back off my screws just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I had
finger tight this for now.
Cranked it down there. All right, now let's go to the other side. Now, question, the horizontal holes, do they go to the top or the bottom?
They go to the bottom.
So they will go toward the Y carriage.
Yep.
All right. Uh-oh, I dropped it on the floor. Almost hit my foot.
What are the T-nuts like? The ones in the TO kit are usually cheap. No, yeah, they're the same cheap old ones. There's only 3, but they're the same cheap ones you get for everything.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Colin's singing songs from the 90s about me.
Yeah. Yeah, chat's definitely going to be fun this stream, I'll tell you.
Yeah, 2 chats. I can barely keep up with 1.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
It should be fun though. This, like I said, I've never seen anybody really do this before.
Nope,
so.
Me either. And you know, it's a lot cheaper than me flying to Kansas City or you flying to Florida.
It's the next best thing. So.
Well, that's yet to be seen, but we'll find out for sure. Oh, nice! I just love it when holes aren't threaded correctly.
So Ricky's trying to watch both simultaneously. How's that working out for you, Ricky?
Well,
I'm really curious about what the timing would be like to try to watch them both.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. I've got mine a little bit loose, not too loose, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is to get the bolts flush on the bottom because they're not going to be flush when you set your ender down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God bless America. Okay, there we go. All right. So uprights are on.
Okay. So now What's it want? It wants... We need some 4mm by 20mm screws. These.
M4 by 20s.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
And that might...
I don't have a bag
That might
of those.
be where yours is different because these put the power supply on. So, what?
I've got M4 by 16s.
Yeah, I see some of those, and they're like button head, yeah, they're button head screws.
You're right.
And then I've got some M4 by 20 cap head screws, which it doesn't actually tell me.
I've got 3, but on the bag there's no. Here you go. Check it, Chris, in the Skype.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's them.
Okay, I've got the 3. There's no label on my bag. So.
Okay. Let me make sure that's what they want here. Let's see. So you have some M5 by 8mm button head screws.
M5 by 8mm. Yes, I do.
Yeah, really short ones.
Yes.
Where? But I don't know that I do.
They're silver. They're not black. So.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 of those go. They show you putting 2 of those in the LCD screen. So we'll find the LCD here.
Okay. It's still in the Mylar for me.
Yep, I'm pulling mine out.
All right. Wait, I got it backwards. I'm backwards. There we go. I'm pretty sure they don't want the LCD in the back. So.
Yep, and that goes on the front, just across that open 40 by 40 extrusion. So one in each, one in the lower left and one in the top right.
Okay, I see. That's not bad. That's actually okay. That puts that in a good location. I like that.
Yeah, I like the angle on it. At least I might be able to read that.
Right, right. No doubt. All right, so where's my, there you are. Now, I will say that both Chris and I, we talked about this beforehand, decided that we were going to look and see if they had the tools to build this, and seeing as how they do, we are going to use whatever the hell we want to use.
Correct.
But they do give you the tools to build said printer.
If you had more patience than I, you could use those tools to build this one. And I will alert you if I find anything that does not have said tools. Because there is no screwdriver, so if they have any Phillips or flats, that will not be the case. But it doesn't look like they do.
Yeah, I was looking at my bag. I don't see anything like that either. Okay, screen is mounted. Nice and snugly. Kind of weird they do that this early in the build, though.
I know.
Because you would think, you know, bumping it, moving it around, you would, but there's not a whole lot left.
Yeah, there's not a ton.
Where does this other 2020 go? I see the one that goes across the top. Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I'll wait till we get there.
Yeah, one's going to be X and one's going to be the top.
Huh.
So here's the question. No, it's so M4 by 20s. Those should be those silver cap head screws that you got.
Yeah.
They attach the power supply to right behind the extrusion in those 2 vertical holes.
I got you.
So yeah, just power plug out or whatever, and that should fit right in there.
Okay. All right, so we only need 2 of those, the 3 that I had, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. Well, all right. So that head doesn't fit down in the extrusion unless, aha, there's a front and rear. There is a front. There is a front and rear because I have my holes up high, so I now have to take mine off. Thanks, Chris.
There is a front and rear. Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
So that's like 170 millimeters, and that one. So yeah, I totally screwed that up for you, Walter.
That's okay.
Yeah, that bottom hole should be like 75 millimeters from the bottom.
That's okay. As long as
but there's still going to be.
As long as the holes are tapped M5 on the top, then we're good.
Yeah, there's still going to be like a thumb width gap in between the power supply and the bottom extrusion, which I would have thought it would have.
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
If you look, one side is drilled to allow the caps to actually go into the extrusion, where the other side is not.
Well, shit.
That's what I was talking about. Not so much that the height of the power supply, that didn't bother me, but there was no way to get the bolts to go flush down into the extrusion the other way. So
gotcha.
now,
Paul Cumber is here. Hello, Paul. I've seen Ender 3 comedy show. You bet. Anything I can do to entertain.
Well, since I'm having to back up, Chris can take care of chat for a second. Hey, Matt from How I Do It's over on my chat. James, Matt1 UK is back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And,
hello, Chris Riley, not on Twitter. Excellent. Yes. How I Do It. How you doing? Yeah, Walter's rubbing off on me. Sometimes you just got to let him fly.
Okay. All right, so now let me get my power supply on so I can catch up with Chris Riley. You know what? That's really funny because they've actually got this one drilled on the wrong side. Wait a minute. No, they don't. I did this wrong. God dang it, Chris Riley. Got me all flustered.
See?
All right. Keep interacting with chat for a few minutes while I change this again.
There's no hurry. Well, see, now I gotta read forward so I don't screw it up going forward. WM3D Prince, hey, how you doing? Sonic James is hanging around. How are you? James Print and Play. AJ and OJ are here.
AJ and OJ.
Yeah. Inside the Mind of Matt is here, and I'm gonna say this on both streams. I always screw up saying Matt's name, and I call him In the Mind of Matt, and I don't know why, but it's tattooed on my brain somewhere. But it's Inside the Mind of Matt, and I apologize, Matt, because I screw that up all the time. Brian Vines is here. Thomas is also here. Hello, Thomas for Arduino Makes.
One more bolt, and I'll be caught up. And then I can put the power supply on.
Yep, Derek Matthews is here. Derek, how you doing?
Yeah, we have a full house. There's no doubt, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of us on.
And I know that these guys are not getting to see me on my channel here, so I'm going to change back to this camera that they can see, same as you. All right, so now I've got that. Now let me put the power supply on. Chris is killing me. He's a taskmaster.
Ender 3 over the A8. We're going to find out, but I would say yes.
Well, now, Chris, I have to.
Well, default kits out of the box. Just saying.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
You know,
yeah,
I have absolutely all love for my A8.
Yep.
And you watched that video, and you know why.
Yep, I did. It was a good video too.
It wasn't bad, you know. Somebody was shocked this morning. It was David Olson. We were in the Discord on my channel after my stream this morning, and he didn't realize that I only started YouTubing in January.
Yeah.
January 25th was my first released video. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either, I guess.
Well, you know. I just look old, man.
I remember seeing you in the chats, you know, like during the builds and stuff. I remember seeing you around. I remember talking to you about multiple octopi, And I remember you were trying to source an MK42, and I'm like, where the hell are you getting that at?
Right.
And then the whole Orballo thing. And that's how I remembered who you were at Murph, if you remember correctly. I was like, oh, you're that guy.
Yeah, I want to see that Orballo bed.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I still haven't done that friggin' video that you wanted to see either.
That's all right. I know how that goes.
Okay, I am caught up. Power supply is on.
Okay, Z, we're going to put the Z end stop on the left-hand side of the printer. The end stop switch will go towards the front of the machine, and it's in this little bag with the filament.
Okay.
And it looks like it's already been pre-prepped with the screws and T-nuts.
Yes, it has. Sweet. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. All right, so this is going on this side. Let's get that extruder out of the way. So let's see how this, wait a minute. It goes on the back. How does this go?
It actually sets like that, and the switch is in the front.
The switch is in the front. So this is your Z switch.
Yep.
Okay, I was thinking X, and I'm like, how in the hell is that going to work?
Yep, goes down here on the bottom left, yeah.
Okay. Bottom left. Somebody, and I did watch, like I said, when I was thinking about doing this, I started watching Near's videos, but I believe that somebody had one of these and they set it up really high. Oh, it was Joe, 3D Maker Noob. I caught like 5 minutes of his. That's what it was. Wait a minute. Is that right? No, I've got mine in the wrong place. Okay.
I'm going to set mine with the acrylic flush with the bottom of the frame, and then we can adjust later if we have to.
Hold on, I'm trying to look at the Chris Riley picture. Okay, so it actually mounts on the outside with the switch going to the front.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. That was unclear to me, but now it is crystal clear to me. Clear as mud, buddy. All right, so I'm there.
Okay. And then looks like they want you to flip the whole thing around so you're looking at the back. So the picture makes a little more sense to me.
Can't
and we put the Z motor and the lead screw on the back of the opposite extrusion of the power supply. So it just sets on the back extrusion.
It just sets on the back. Okay, I see that. I've got it there, and it's got some tapered nuts, it looks like, that screw into these two vertical holes that we have. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, that looks about right.
The 4x18. But okay.
So what does it call those?
Doesn't call for those yet?
I'm trying to see what number it actually calls for them, but I don't think it does. Because I would think they'd be those countersunk screws.
Yeah, there are. There's only two in my package, and it says 4x18-P.
Yeah, so in the directions it does not tell you that anywhere. So, but we're going to go on that assumption.
We're going to go ahead and put them in.
Yep, 4x14, and it's got a couple of T-nuts in it.
Mine had no T-nuts.
Yeah, so
mine is actually tapped.
So yours is actually going to go into that extrusion.
Yeah.
That would make mine. So if mine did that, I would have to lift the motor up roughly 5 millimeters. Is that what you're seeing?
Yes. Well, no, not even not 5. It's like a 0.5 millimeter actually. Yeah.
Okay, so mine is different.
Yeah, mine is really not very high at all. But I will say this: the coupler is in the damn way to try to get these bolts in there straight. But it threaded right in, and it is tightening right down. So no complaints so far. And yeah, it's 1 millimeter tops.
Yeah, mine's not like that. Mine is it doesn't actually tell you where you need to put it, but mine looks like they want you to use T-nuts.
Okay.
because it's not going to hit those screws unless I raise it up quite a bit. Like I can slide my finger underneath it.
Oh yeah, no. No.
Yeah, so we're going to go T-nuts on my side.
Okay, you go T-nuts. I'm just going to screw right into the extrusion. Because, yeah, mine is... And once I tighten that down, yeah, it's infinitesimal, the distance. There is a gap, but it's very small. Like Post-it note size. Well, maybe 3 Post-it notes. Well, since mine is mounted already, and I didn't crank it down. I guess I could crank it on down, tighten her up, but I didn't want to because it looks like there's a little slop, and you could actually get your motor crooked with this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is one of the technical challenges that they have changed.
It may be, but. Yeah, okay, so that's in there actually. That's not bad. That's pretty tight. All right, so let's go right here. The Z limit switch, we're good. It's a good price slug, blah, 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 blah. Eddie Moser gives $5. Sweet.
Eddie?
He gave Chris $5 to keep me in check. That's nice. Like that.
Hey, that's a paying gig, man. I'll take it.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right, though. If you tighten those down, that's going to be really sloppy.
Yeah, so
let's hold off on that a moment. Okay.
that's actually, Mike Whaley made a good point. That is a good point. There's 26 watching my stream. The peak I had was 32, and there's 40 watching your stream. So we're doing pretty good. So that's awesome.
Oh, but I didn't thank you, Eddie Moser, for the $5 tip. It is much appreciated. I will give Walter his cut after this stream.
Yeah, you cut that $5 right down the middle, Chris Riley.
That's right. It'll be in the package when I send you the SS Walter eventually.
Oh wait, I thought you were bringing that to Earth.
Well, that's what it's going to end up being, I think, because we're only 2 weeks out.
All right, next step, Chris Riley.
Okay, so they tell you to throw that Z-rod in there, but the next step is we're going to assemble the X carriage, and so I'm just going to plan on feeding that Z-rod in when we put the X carriage on. So let's just start with the assembly of the X.
Okay.
So the 2020 extrusion with the beveled holes, it's got about 6 holes in it altogether.
Yep.
That's the X piece. The right side of the X has the smaller holes further apart.
The right side. Now, are we facing the front or the rear of the printer?
Well, I'm going by, so on the X extrusion, we're going to call the beveled holes that allow the screw head, we're going to call that the front.
Okay.
Where it has them cut out.
Yes.
Okay, so the left would be the smaller holes around that beveled hole that are further apart. That would be the left.
That would be the left, but I'm saying the left of the front of the printer.
Ultimately, you could not figure that out from these directions, but I can tell you that if I skip ahead.
Yeah. Eddie Moser, the way you'd have to send me money is a Streamlab link down below on my video. You are correct. It will not allow you. I am not monetized yet. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So anybody watching this on Chris's stream that wants to come over and join the country club, come over and see me.
So let's see. What does that want you to do? No. So that is not. Hold on. I'm looking.
While Chris is looking, I'm going to take a coffee break.
All right.
Because this is a Chris Riley, the god of 3D printing, guided tour of the Ender 3. Robbie Mack comes in and says, "What's up, dual stream cups?" Nothing but a cup. I done told you about calling me that. And I see how you are. You just come crashing into Chris's stream. Didn't even stay in the country club. I'm just kidding. It doesn't really matter. We're in the country basement today. See, I'm
basement.
I'm even representing the country basement. The country 3D hat and the Chris's basement shirt. Chris don't even have on a Chris's basement shirt.
I don't. I thought about putting one on. I should have. I'm terrible at self-promotion.
I promote you a lot.
Well, and it is appreciated, Walter. Okay, so that's how things are going to go here. So, if you can see this,
I can see you.
So your X extruder carriage, the bevel is actually for that adjustable eccentric wheel, the bevel in your X, to fit over that so it sets flush.
Okay.
So the side with the small holes that are closer together, that bevel fits on that, over that cap head screw on that carriage, like so.
All right, I'm looking. Okay, I see. Ah, I got you. So that bevel has to go towards there, and then we put the 2 screws in there to hold that down.
Yeah, from the back. You have to use the wrench through the part, it looks like.
Oh, crap.
And they will be M4 16s, and they want you to put a washer on it.
I see that. Okay, M4 16s with a washer. So we got to poke those through there. Okay. All right, let me get over here on this table so that I can see what I'm doing. Move the ender out of the way. Dump out some screws. Okie dokie.
Yeah, Matt, I am not doing a derby car because I am flying to Earth and I can't bring a ton of stuff with me. I wish I could, but no, I am not going to be doing one. If I would have been thinking, I would have done one and then mailed it to somebody and had them bring it for me, but
you know
I'm not that sharp.
You know what really would have been funny if Matt hadn't caught his reading error and came ready to do a crash up derby like he was ready to with his F1 car. He did the open RC and he was ready for a demolition derby, and then he reread and he said, "Oh, Pinewood Derby, crap." Oh, I watched that video yesterday. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I gotta check that video out. I saw it was up and I haven't watched it yet, but I just got caught up with on Matt with he won the Avengers thing. That thing is cool all day long.
That is pretty awesome, man. I was kind of upset actually that Matt won that. Really, I'm not joking. I was very upset. I was like, no, I didn't win it. Crap, you suck, Matt. I mean that. I think I actually said you suck, Matt. Matt doesn't suck, by the way. Matt's awesome. So, God, these are a pain, Chris.
Yeah, this isn't real easy to do.
Not at all. I don't understand why you would even do this.
Engineering at its finest.
Getting them to start is the fun part, I think.
Yeah.
All right, get there. I haven't got mine started yet, so I'm behind.
All right. So I still got 2 weeks. Build one and send it to me. That's true. I still got 2 weeks. I still have to go read the instructions on what I'm on my guidelines.
They're basically the same as a Pinewood Derby, right? Yeah. So have you ever done Pinewood Derby?
I've built the cars. I've never actually attended a race.
Oh well, I did with my girls. I never did. We didn't do that in the Boy Scouts, but I did with my girls. They went to a church function at the Southern Baptist Church called Awana, and they would do a Pinewood Derby every morning. You get yours tight already? How in the heck?
Yeah, I got a minute.
I can't get my fat fingers in there to get them threaded all the way down so I can tighten them down. Yeah, that's better. Now it's turning. All right, so now let's tighten them down. So that's my experience with the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do know that, basically the car, and I did have some insight for Matt into what to do. Come on, do it from the other side maybe. Maybe you got more room that way? Yeah, there we go. I can get to it better that way. Yeah, this is not fun at all. You still good on coffee, Chris?
I'm getting there. I'll be due in the next couple steps or so.
Okay. I don't want you to run out because, you know, when you're
No.
waiting on slow people like me, that gives you opportunities to go get things like that.
It's true. It's true. That's okay though.
All right. Well, I am still struggling with tightening these. Did you use
That's fine.
Did you use the wrench they sent you?
Yeah, I had to. I couldn't. What I had.
You know what?
fit in there.
I'm sitting here struggling, and I don't know if you probably saw it. I did not. Why didn't you tell me? I'm sitting here trying to get the bent section of this in, and there's holes in the back where you can just stick straight through to the damn Allen keys.
I said through the part. I guess I should have said through both parts.
Yeah, no. What I was sitting there and I had the little L shape trying to get up in there and turn it slowly, like quarter of a turn at a time. I'm like, how did he get this done so fast?
Sorry,
I
Walter.
see how you are. One. Nah, that was all me, buddy. That was not you at all. That was all me looking like an idiot there. It's nothing unusual. If you join me for coffee, you know that.
Yeah.
I do that quite often. All right. Where we at?
Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
All right.
Once I found those holes, it was pretty quick.
Pretty good. So I think from now on, you can just leave the printer the front facing you. It looks like we don't have anything to really do on the back so much.
Yeah.
So that will make things a little less confusing. The extruder assembly, so the extruder motor will be behind the printer. So your X will actually be like that. So your X motor is going to be on the left side.
All right, so my X motor is going to be on the left. The extruder is on the, okay, I got you. Dang, that's really,
and
the QR code is to the front, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they want you to slide and this is kind of where you're going to have to bail out your wiring a little bit and figure out where things are going to run so you don't create a knot or, try overstep something, because they want you to put that extruder on that X carriage now. Okay. Or the hot end, not the extruder, the hot end.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, you gotta figure out. Okay, so I'm just gonna run them from the back, and then.
Yeah, mine was just kind of bundled up, so I kind of had to get some things not stepping over each other there.
The nozzle points up, right?
Don't do that to me, man.
Okay, so then there's that, and then I'm supposing that the next step would be, you know what, Chris, before we get too far into this, let me change this pneumatic fitting because it looks like it's really close to here, and I need to change this before we get too far into this.
Yep, that sounds good. You do that, and I'll go get coffee.
Okay, you go get coffee while I'm doing that.
All right.
Thank you, Eddie Moser. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do, if you do it that way. I don't know why Streamlabs is being a butt, but sometimes it is. I do appreciate that. Okay, new pneumatic fitting. I'm going to do this while Chris is getting coffee. Because my pneumatic fitting, and for those watching my channel, I will show you, it's really easy to see. Look at how destroyed that pneumatic fitting was. There's absolutely no way to use that. It's a good thing they give you new ones. So if you're watching on mine, you can actually see, and I'll try to show you guys. It's really hard with the C920 that I'm showing on Chris's channel. But you can see the destruction there. I'm going to bounce between these two cameras. I put them over and above each other. But yeah, that's just nuts. That's no good whatsoever. So they do give you a brand new one inside the bag. They actually give you one there's a new nozzle, a 12, looks like, what is that, a 12 millimeter, and then one of the small ones as well. So, all right, cool. So let me put this. Where are you at? Right there. Okay, we'll put this pneumatic fitting in there and tighten her down. While you were going, I gave both channels a good look at the destruction that was my. If you look right there, you can kind of see.
Wow. Well, they really did shred it.
Yeah, no, it's shredded, and on my camera it's a lot better. It focuses better, but yeah, it's completely unusable in any way, shape, or form. So, okay, I am set. I have a new one on there.
Okay. So then we put the other side of the X carriage on, and the wheels, the metal part go towards the back of the X carriage.
Okay.
The single wheel, well, actually everything, I guess, goes to the back of the X carriage. So the wheels go towards the back, the metal is screwed on the back, and the single wheel goes to the inside.
The single wheel goes to the inside. Well, it will only fit one way, Chris, because there's a cutout for that button head screw.
Correct.
Is tapped out there. What screws are we using for this?
This will be the M4x16 with a washer on it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, where they drilled out for the recess on the button head, that's it will only fit in one spot.
Yep.
Well, and get the holes to line up. I'm sure you could make it fit in several different ways, but.
I'm sure I could get real creative if I.
Yeah. Let's don't get creative. They said this was going to take 30 minutes, and I've been streaming. I've been streaming for 46. So.
Creative and creality are two different things.
Right. Creative and creality are two different things. I got you, man. That was good. That was almost a Brian Vines quick. Chris
I'm
Lane,
not as quick as most.
Hey, and I want to take this time, and I hope you don't mind, Chris, and he's not here, but I know you've heard of Alien Slacker and Alien 3D. Have you seen him? On the 25th of this month, he is launching a new subscription box. You need to go check it out, and I'm doing this for my channel, but Chris is going to hear it too. Alien3D.us, and check him out. There you go. That I just needed to give him a shout out. The guy is getting his business off the ground. Venturi 3D is in here as well, and he'll have a Kickstarter coming soon, and we'll start getting on that too. But Alien 3D, the mystery box, the UFO boxes are coming soon. All right, so you just tightened down. You got your carriage on there. What did you do after that? That it?
That's it. I got the other side of the X on there and put 2 screws in it.
Okay, yeah, I am good, and they are tight.
Okay. Now we can put the belt on.
Now we can put the belt on.
Yep, and it should be pre-cut with the little brass fittings on it.
And it is pre-cut with the little brass fittings. I never liked it when my dad said that. Now we can put the belt on. that never boded well for me.
So the belt, it's probably easier to do this from the back side of the X, so I'm going to flip mine over.
Okay. I see.
So underneath, you can see where you've got the 2 slots.
Yeah.
So the belt will come in from the top, and the brass fitting will just set underneath that little slot.
So the brass fitting will be in the channel, basically.
Right. It will set right below that channel.
Okay.
The teeth of it makes a difference which one you put on which. So the teeth of the belt will be facing up. So if you're putting these brass things on, the teeth will have to face up to grab the gears.
Well, you know it's got to grab the gear. So I would have to say use that uncommon sense that everybody seems to not have anymore.
Exactly.
You know, because it really depends on which way you put your belt in and which way you're threading. I'm actually threading mine to the motor end first. So
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so my teeth were actually down the way I had mine facing, but yeah, you know. Now here's my other question for this, and I don't know, we're not to that step yet. You said put the belt on, and that's all well and good, but there's nowhere for it to go.
That's true.
We don't have an idler at the other end, so we're just putting belt on to be putting belt on, it looks like.
Yep, that is how the instructions would like you to do it.
Okay, well, I am around the motor, and I am, you know, I guess it goes down through, it actually feeds through the extrusion. Wow.
Yeah,
wait.
It sets in the slot.
Hold on. This thing came off of the, how did that happen? How did it come off of there? Mine came off of my motor, which sucks.
Mine's kind of hard to thread, to tell you the truth.
Well, it is. It's a pain to thread, but mine actually came off of the motor gear. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to try this again. Pull that tight right there. Okay, now go down through here. Yeah, you have to kind of wiggle and jiggle your belt to get it to thread back around. Okay, so now I'm good. Okay, but do they want you to feed it? Is it inside the extrusion? Is that the belt track? That looks to be the belt track, Chris.
Well, the top slot on the extrusion, it'll actually just slide in there.
Yeah. But I'm saying, does the fittings have to go under the wheels, right? The brass fitting has to go under the wheels of that. Oh, well, that sucks. Yeah, that's a pain. Okay, I see. That was easy enough. Don't be stupid, Walter. Just do it right.
Okay. Yeah, and people in the chat or people watching this and watching us struggle on this, Walter, there's a lot of us out there that have a CR10, and it's really close to this build. Walter has never put together a CR10.
No, I have not.
So
I do not have one of those.
Yeah.
And I've got my belt twisted now. That's nice. I always love it when I do that. So let's take it back out from under here and turn it over and try again. So basically, I have to put the little brass thing there and then run over it with the carriage.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's the easiest way.
Yes. All right, get back on the motor before I pull you tight so that I don't pull you out. Okay, I'm on the motor. I am under the wheels. I am at the end, and there's not a damn thing down here for me to put it on. Oh, there's an idler assembly that I did not get out. Okay.
Yeah, so putting the belt on is step 7, and the idler goes on step 8. So, not sure why, but okay.
Well, no, it does make sense because if you feed this around, it's a lot easier to get this belt into that slot without that idler in place.
Yeah.
So now I have
my
belt slotted around. I can flip back over, and we can, once you get ready, we can do the idler.
Yeah, my belt is having challenges here.
That's okay. I can look at chat while you're doing it.
There you go.
Unfortunately, it's a micro. Okay, well, these were supposed to be together, but one of my T-nuts fell off, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that.
Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when your T-nuts fall off?
I hate it when I drop my T-nuts. but I love it when I get them.
There's so many crude things about 3D printing, and we've talked about that before, but, you know, there's slicing and,
I love playing with hot end. You know.
Yeah, playing with hot end.
So, yeah. Guys are quiet in the chat today. They're being respectful because they know we can't interact as much as we normally do, or at least as much as I normally do, because I live in the chat.
All right. Okay, I think we're good there.
Hey, you know what? I outrun Chris Riley on one step. Woohoo!
It happens. It happens. Okay, so the idler just kind of slides in over there on the right. It gets screwed in from the front of the machine with screws that they don't tell you what size they are.
No, mine does not. Mine has T-nuts on it. Mine came pre-assembled. See, I'm showing you.
Oh, excellent. Mine did not.
So mine was ready to go.
Mine looks like it has like M8 and some T-nuts, so I will just slide them together.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. M8. What do they call these? Cap head?
Yeah, these are cap head. Yeah.
Yeah, M8 cap heads. Now I got to get the belt out of the way. Because, oh crap, that's fun. Well, crap, you can't put it in the slot before you put the dang belt on. Well, yeah, you can. Never mind. You can too. Get over there. That tightens the belt right on up, buddy.
Excellent.
Now I just got to get you in there, and we can use that. The only thing that I'm aggravated with, and not really aggravated, is the different sizes of Allen wrenches that you have to have available, and you know, just swapping back and forth. I really liked that and I hate to compare this to a Mark III build, but I was so happy that the Mark III standardized the majority of their bolts. You know, they went to the M3x10s, and it was great. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten my belt down, and that's not really tight yet. Hold on.
Yeah, compared to other kits, this one does jump around quite a bit on sizes.
Yeah, it does.
But I've seen way worse. But
yeah. All right, so I'm going ahead and tensioning my belt.
yeah,
it looks pretty good. Oh, that's pretty tight, and probably stretch a little bit. So I'm going to leave it where it's at. All right, idler's in place. Sweet. I'm glad they put mine together. I didn't have to struggle.
There you go.
Me for the win again.
Okay. So now we can just set the whole X carriage on the extrusions, and we'll fight that lead screw in while we're doing it.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. So lead screw down to there. Lead screw. There you are. That shouldn't be hard. They normally screw down through a brass nut pretty easily. Oh, burr on the end. Okay. So I'm actually going to have to feed mine up through the bottom of my carriage because the end that I'm going to stick in the motor is burred so bad it won't start.
The lead screw?
Yeah.
Can you flip it?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm just putting it up through the bottom.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just, it shows that this has been into a motor before. Because it is actually where they tightened it down that it's shot. So let's turn this so I can get to these Allen keys. You know, another thing I don't like about this is every time I spin this around, I feel like I'm going to tear wires off the bottom.
Yeah, they're kind of loose and everywhere, it seems like.
They are, and that's aggravating me, but you know. All right, so the bottom one's tight, the top one is not. Let's get the...
Derek Matthews, that's funny you should say that, because that thing is greasier than I've seen in a long time.
Oh,
I don't know what kind of grease they put on there.
The lead screw?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's nasty feeling, for sure.
Yeah, it's not great.
All right, are you in there? Well, my lead, I don't know about yours, but my lead screw sticks about an inch and a half above my... Well, we don't have the top plate on yet. That's right.
Yeah, it appears that it's going to stick out quite a ways.
Yeah, okay. I'm tightening my lead screw down.
I'm going to try to just kind of line up my coupler and my motor and all that stuff at this point.
All right, I don't know what you're doing.
So I'm just trying to get... I have my motor still just free. My Z motor's still free at the bottom.
Oh, no, yeah, no, mine's not. Mine is tight, so...
Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to kind of let the motor decide, or let the lead screw decide where the motor likes to be placed.
Yeah. Mine's actually pretty smooth. I have to say, screwing it into there with the tapered bolts kind of lined it right up.
Cool. There is either I'm doing something completely wrong, or there is no wrench in this kit that is the size for this coupler.
No, I'm using mine. Yeah, they gave me one.
Oh, the top screw seems to be just a touch stripped.
Oh. No, mine actually worked out fine, so yay, me.
Oh, good.
Chris is like, screw you, man. Mine's not working. Oh, now I don't have as much lead screw. See, that's what happens when you push it down in there like it's supposed to. It didn't look right to me, so I reseated my lead screw. It does actually go down in there quite a ways.
Cool. Yep.
Now,
I'm setting.
Yeah, I'm right on the motor
setting right
now.
on top of the motor now.
Yeah, me too now. So I had an inch and a half before. Now I have a half an inch. So mine wasn't really even in the coupler very good.
Okay.
No, Craig, you're right. I mean, I may actually. This lead screw has actually been. It's got the. It had the little burrs on it where you. It looked like it had been in a different type of coupler. You know, like the ones that come with the A-net where the set screw actually goes into the rod itself. This one's a clamp coupler, so this one wouldn't have actually affected it. So it looks like it was out of another machine or a different type of coupler or something. I don't know. It's really weird. Ooh, they give you a longer acupuncture needle. This is awesome.
I don't like the way mine lines up.
You don't? Well, now,
I don't.
Are you talking about your Z motor?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine is perfect, dude.
Mine, I would say mine actually sits just a little too close to the upright extrusion. It's putting just a little bit of tilt on that Z rod.
Well, and I will tell you that the top of mine looks to be a little tilted out as well.
I don't know if they'll run that way.
Well, yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. Mine is actually really smooth going up.
My
Now see, yours seem to be tilted in towards your extrusion. To me, on the video I see. From the
at the bottom, yeah, it's tilted like this.
Yeah.
Mine
is not. Mine is perfectly flush.
My Z end stop is definitely going to have to come down some because it hits before the nozzle does.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that was absolutely had to be known because I've got mine up like an inch above my motor.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
You don't like the way your Z's riding?
Mm-mm.
Well, while you're looking at why that's doing that, I'm going to drop my Z down for sure. My Z end stop because, yeah, I'm like you. I'm 40 miles above my nozzle here. So let's go right. Now I'm touching. I'm going to back up.
Yeah, there's a good 5 millimeters of space on that.
Oh, on yours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. How did you... Something's wrong. You got... Turn that around. I can't see that side. Because my two hole... Yeah, see, you're sitting right down on the basin right now, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you have 5 millimeters from there to your screwed through and tapped holes?
No, so mine, this was the one that I actually had to use T-nuts because the tapped holes were so high. And they gave me T-nuts for it.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like 5 millimeters off of this extrusion.
Yeah?
So I used the T-nuts, but it wouldn't matter. If I used the screw holes or the T-nuts,
right,
I would still have to lean it in about 5 millimeters, and that's going to bind that nut.
Yeah, no, mine is sitting right down on the thing. I mean, mine is straight.
Yeah.
Well, we can sit here, get it right. No, take your time.
Let's see.
No, Thomas Print Frog on Chris's channel. No, that was not the case. I can actually see the green lubricant building up on the screw nut as I move it up and down. So yeah, it's definitely grease and not anti-corrosive. Well, I guess it could still be anti-corrosive lubrication, but that would be any grease that you put on it because that would stop the oxidation from outside air. But anyway, take this time right now while Chris is eyeballing his stuff there. We'll take this time to say, hey, if you're on my channel and you're not subscribed to Chris Whaley, Chris Whaley. I'm looking at Mike Whaley's name, calling you Chris Whaley. Now you are brothers for life. I'm so sorry, Chris. So sorry.
That's right.
No, it's not all right. If you've seen Mike Whaley, you wouldn't think it was all right. But anyway, If you're not subscribed to Chris Riley, get over there, subscribe to his channel, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Chris puts out some great videos. They are technically 99% of the time, if he's not talking about transistors, they are completely accurate.
No shit.
They are completely accurate, and they are well done to the point where even me, dumbass country folk, can understand what he's talking about, which is cool, man. Chris Hitchabout, thank you. I appreciate that new subscription. Thank you very much. Chris, I use T-nuts into the extrusion to sort the issue. Matt, his actually came with T-nuts in the extrusion. So.
Yeah. So here's what I think's happening. So the L bracket that they give you to put your extruder on and to put your rollers on.
Yeah.
Mine is not a perfect 90 degrees. I'd say it's about 105.
Now you still have yours loose, right?
Yep.
Okay, now are they going to straighten up any when you tighten it? That's the question.
It would straighten up a little bit, but it would also bind that nut.
Huh.
So I'm going to make what I'm going to call an adjustment to this configuration.
Adjust?
With a pair of channel lock pliers.
Just he's got a pair of channel lock hammers.
Yeah.
Can't touch this. Hammer time. Chris is using that Kentucky windage.
Speed wrench. Yeah, it is definitely bent quite a bit.
Motorhead Mitch said he's going to bend it. Well, no crap. Hey, Pokemon Nerd Space showed up. You missed a lot. You missed me screwing up the entire first part of the stream. You have to go watch Chris's because I screwed. Yeah, it's just crap. I'm no better next time.
I'm gonna back out this eccentric. I want to back out the Z nut just to give it a little extra room so I don't strip it or anything like that.
Right. Hey, Chris, you know what? This is working out really well. And you know those things that we ordered together?
Uh-huh.
We need to do one of these for that.
Oh, definitely. Because that's going to be a nightmare, probably.
Probably so. But I think that'll be fun. And
okay.
I learned how to start streams on this one. So.
Good. All right, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. So we'll run with that and see if it binds up when we try it out.
Okay. Now I will say I'm still loose on my upright, so you are too, correct? You haven't tightened that down. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I'm sitting on my cables. There we go. All right. Clean some of this stuff off of here. Get all of this stuff off of here. There we go. Oh, you know what, Chris? I'll be right back. I want to show you something. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I want to show you. I wanted to show you what I did on my TiVo Little Monster. Since you're still eyeballing, look at this. You see this?
Nice.
40,
That's awesome.
41 hours and 7 pounds of filament.
I even like it that the top is black. It makes it look like has a hat on or something.
That's what everybody said. It looks like a skull cap.
Very cool. Okay, so it's still a little tilted, but it will turn it, I believe. So I'm happy with that.
Okay.
I can make some more adjustments later if I need to.
Not adjustments.
Yeah. Okay, so they say in the instructions they do say don't tighten up your Z nut all the way if it's loose. So that's probably how they get around that being a little off.
Okay. Well, mine is tight and mine's tracking straight. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, good. So really all we have to do is put the top on. There are cutouts in the top extrusion for the cap head screw heads, and those are the M525s with a washer.
M525 with a washer, yes. And I will tell you that, you know, since they were saying this was a first build, I was really worried about this lining up. But I just looked down in and all 4 of my holes line up perfectly. So I guess once we tighten this down, then we can tighten the bottom ones down and everything.
Yeah, and then then it's pretty much spool holder and wire up and go. So
right, that's awesome. Hey, this was a quick build, even though we're doing a simulcast and you had a couple of issues with yours, and I had to redo mine like 4 times because of, you know, those Chinese instructions we got.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say.
That's what we're saying. It was the Chinese instructions' fault.
There's always someone else to blame.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just me not paying attention.
Colin says Biker T1000. I love it.
Hey, heck yeah. There you go. I will tell you, man, I was absolutely nervous because you've seen the history of the TiVo Little Monster. I was so nervous. And right in the middle of this, I started off with some 3D Solutech silver, and then I did the entire roll of Prusa silver that came with my Mark III. So I was extremely nervous, and then I finished it off with a little bit of 3D Solutech from another, and the colors are pretty close, actually.
That's good.
On camera, they look a little worse, or you can see them a little better on camera than you can in real life. All right, Chris, there's a couple of, I'm going to go around, and I don't know about you, but I like to do it on all of mine. Go around, I'm going to hit pretty much every screw I see, and just kind of give them a once-over.
Yep, that's definitely probably a good idea. They do tell you to put on your little Creality plastic caps on the end of your extrusion now, too.
Oh, okay. God, let's not forget. I'm getting it.
Well, and I'm going to put them right side up so they're readable. I don't want it to be all messed up.
Oh, yours actually say something?
Yeah, they say Creality 3D on it.
Oh, yeah, mine does too, but if I make it so you can read them, they won't fit. Wait, no. Yeah, because mine's at a diagonal. Is yours diagonal? It's got to be diagonal. Come on.
Yeah, it's diagonal,
Oh,
but
okay.
I only got one, so.
Oh, you only got one? Dude, you got
I don't see another one anyway.
You got screwed on your kit, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't
Dude,
see
they probably
one
want me to print my own out or something. Oh, no, I got some more. They're in a different bag.
Oh, you had one free, or they
Yeah,
sent
there was
you
one
an
floating
extra?
around.
I did not get an extra one. I only got 2, so I can't screw mine up.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit these other bolts. These are pretty tight. I had, you know, had a couple people tell me, hey, you know, tighten all your bolts because they're going to be loose, but these actually were pretty tight. Can't complain. That's all the bolts. That's it.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up the bottom ones too.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Okay.
Cable management is okay. All right, so we've got a Bowden tube that's got to plug into an extruder, which we haven't, but we ain't plugged anything in really, so we're good. Now, okay, that's for the spool holder. Where the heck does that go?
Yeah, they just have you park it on the top rail with a couple of T-nuts, it looks like.
Oh, okay, I see it now. All right.
Yep,
I was wondering how it went together. I got that piece.
Yeah, M5x8 with T-nuts. So that's the next step. So if you want to throw that on there.
Okay. Mine are that's M4x14s with T-nuts. Wait.
They give me the really short little chrome ones.
Oh, I see. Okay. My T-nuts are in a different bag.
Yep, same here.
Okay. Now, does it give you a side, does the smooth side go to the front, the back? Because
they suggest you put the foot to the back.
Put the foot to the back on the. You're putting yours on the X motor side.
Yeah, right above the extruder.
Okay. Right above the extruder. Okay. Well, mine didn't come pre-assembled, so I got to get these little T-nuts started.
Yeah. And as soon as I put this on, I'll probably end up ripping it right off. So.
Well, yeah, but come on, we got to do the build completely. You know how that works.
We got to do it. It's a step. You got to do it.
Step.
Right?
So, all right. So I have that. Foot to the rear, you said.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what it looks like they want. So.
Okay. Foot is to. All right. I got to get a different Allen wrench for that. Come on, you can do it. Why are you not sitting down? There you go. Mine's not perfectly above. I got it more to the. Yeah, it'll be close enough. Let me tighten that.
Yeah, 3D Gustner. That's what I was attempting to do with lining that Z screw. I left everything loose and let it run up and down, and try to get everything a little square. But you know, if we run into some sort I've already bent it with a pair of pliers, so all bets are off.
He got the hammer out already. 3D Gustner,
yeah.
He already got the hammer out. Hey, James. Okay. All right, so we put this, and we got a nut that goes on there. Okay.
And of course, it won't go through that hole.
What are you putting yours? Okay, you're to the rear just like I am. Then I put a nut on the other end just to make it smooth, I guess, because that really, well, it gives you a bump to hold your thing on there. Okay. All right.
It might hold it on there. Never know.
It's not bad at all. I don't really care for that, you know. Now wait a minute. Okay. Trying to look at the feed hole here for the. All right, that'll work. All right, we're good. Okay. What's the next step, Christopher?
All we got left is a wire up. And
Okay.
that's they've kind of left it up to your imagination. So so I'm going to slide Bowden tube in first just because it's right in front of me.
Yes, it's because it's right there.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah, that was satisfying.
Yeah. And then
I will say that's actually the Bowden tube, the pneumatic fitting that they have is actually a nice one. It's not a.
That's not a bad fitting.
That is not a cheap one because I've got a bunch of cheap ones and they keep failing on me. I've got one issue I have run into is that I didn't untwist my cables, and yeah, you said to do that earlier and I didn't do it.
So I just spun it around and I plugged in the Z in stop.
All right. Well, first off, let me get this. Let me go over here. I don't really like that. All right, so spin it around. Let's plug in the Z in stop. All right, where's that at? Okay, there it is right there. No, that's the Z motor. Where's the Z in stop? I'm looking for a wire. Okay, so I've got the Z motor wire. I've got the power wire. Okay, I see it. It's in a cable. Wow.
See, mine was kind of parked just in a little hole in the metal already, so I didn't have to find it. It was just sitting there.
Okay, okay, there it is. All right, yep, you're right. It just comes right out. And it's a good thing I didn't leave it as high as it was because this would have never reached.
And just bending down to take a look at this thing, my Y carriage, my bed carriage is bent like a U.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bent. The steel plate underneath is actually pretty bent.
Mine is not. Mine is.
I think mine took a hard shipping.
I'm sorry, because mine actually looks really good.
Good.
I'm hoping now watch, yours will fire up and print just straight away. Mine's going to blow smoke on me.
So what I'm going to do now that I have that Z stop switch while I'm here, I'm going to set the nozzle on the bed, and then I'm just going to push the Z in stop mount up until it triggers, and then I'm going to tighten it down.
Okay, well, I am going to bend the pins back straight on my Z motor because there's some shipping damage on my Z motor plug.
All right.
All right, let's try this again. Wow, that is really bent. Really, really, really bent. There we go. That's more like it.
Yes, 3D Gusner. It was angled. I mean, it's still somewhat angled, yes, when it really shouldn't be.
Okay, Z motor's in. All right, so you're touching the build plate with your nozzle.
Yeah, and that Jason makes a good point. One of my bed leveling knobs is completely bottomed out, but the other 3 are not.
Okay.
So
well, I know the one that holds the wires on the back is going to be bottomed out. That was one of the complaints that I saw. So you're going to raise them up and let them come up some?
Yeah, I'm just going to go by how much of the screw is sticking out the bottom, just kind of get them somewhat even.
Okay, I got you. Well, mine are somewhat even. Somewhat.
Okay.
So.
And then I'll readjust that end stop.
I am not touching right now, so let me drop that down a bit. Now, we're not trying to adjust it so that there's any play or anything like that in a piece of paper. We're just touching the build plate with it for the Z-stop. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll rough in the end stop, and then we'll use the bed knobs to adjust it to the paper.
Okay. All right, so now my Z, I'm going to pick up until it's triggered. It is triggered, and tighten her down right there. Okay. All right, so that is tight. Now your Z is on acrylic, I'll take it?
Correct.
Okay, mine is as well. Okay, so now the rest of the motors and the plugs and how this goes. All right, so we have, what is this? This is the extruder motor.
Yeah, so the rest is pretty much a free-for-all, just plugging all this stuff in.
Just plug it in where it goes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's this motor right here. Goes that way. That X end stop is fun to get into in there. They don't make these for fat-fingered folks. There we go. X end stop is in. I got the monitor right here, and then power wire. The Molex connector is connected for the power, and let me go over here and plug in a monitor. Now, I guess we're going into EXP1 with the monitor, with the screen.
I would guess yes. Does it give me any indication on that?
Okay.
It does not tell you anything about your LCD. Oh, wait. It says EXP3.
EXP3. Okay, well that does make a difference. Now, guys, I know that I didn't have the first of my video was not up here, but I said at the front of my video, I was throwing my instructions on the ground. They are under the box on the floor. So I have followed Chris Riley's direction the entire time, except for when I got stuff backwards and upside down. That was the Chinese instructions' fault. That was neither me nor Chris.
That's right. Walter, you said your Z motor pins were bent?
Yes, on my plug.
Yes, so are mine.
Yeah, they were not lined up, nor were they bent. I had to take the putty knife and straighten them up and bend them straight and get them all right.
That's interesting.
So, all right, guys, since Chris is still doing with that, I'm going to turn on my top camera here and give some folks what they like to see. I'm going to go down here to this screen on my channel, and I'm going to pick up this little piece of plastic on the screen, and we are going to peel it away slowly. I don't understand that. That doesn't do anything for me. But some folks like that. So there, it is peeled. Yeah. Guess what, Chris? Guess what?
Are you done?
I'm undoing the bread tie on my power cable.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna hit the switch until Chris Riley says it's time. But that's my next step. Let me plug in a power strip over here. Boop. This is a brand new power strip. I've never used it, so hopefully the dang thing works. I don't see anything on it. There. Now I got power. Yeah, I got power. What, baby?
Yeah, mine has been totally sat on or crushed or something at some point.
Oh, I got you. Hold on just a second. My wife's saying they can't see me over here. Oh wait, that's your channel. So I need to move my channel over just a touch right there. Now they can see me over here. All right. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry, my wife's trying to keep me straight. Wish she came an hour ago while we were building this. That's okay, Robbie Mac. I called you out on it earlier, buddy. JT's popping in. It's 2:30 in the morning for JT. So, thanks for stopping by, JT. Chris, he's in my chat. So.
Hey, JT.
All right, guys. I'm going to turn off this. No, I'm not. The power's off. I'm not going to plug it in yet, Chris. I'm waiting.
All right.
That's with the power off. I'm not going to plug it in until you're ready. Let me clear this out. Get everything ready here. Let me, on my stream, I'm going to go down here and we're going to focus on this. As soon as you say, I'm going to pop over. Yeah, there we go. I can bring this camera right on down to the screen right there. I'll back up just in case it smokes off right there. There we go. All right, so now they'll be able to see. I can go back to here right now. All right. We set the voltage early, John Mack. That was one of the first things when I took it out of the box. I noticed mine was at 215 or whatever they set it at. So we both set ours to 120 right at the beginning. Yeah, 3D Matter Makers, John Mack said the same thing in my channel. So I'm answering your question at the same time. And thanks, Matt1UK, for getting that straight.
Okay.
Don't let the printer vape. Hold on. We can go smoking now. Are you ready?
Oh, let's see. Plastic time. There you go.
All right. Chris Riley did his plastic, so you get 2 of them on this stream.
There you go. Okay, power cable. Where's it at? Here we go.
Mine's plugged into the printer and not into a power strip, and my power switch is off. So.
Okay.
Don't break your acrylic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt1UK, you are correct. If we get it wrong, we get nothing. If y'all get it wrong, y'all get a puff in the power supply, and that's a dead printer. You are correct. If you stick 220 to 110, yes, it's going to smoke it. Jeff Slater said he missed it. Do it again, Chris.
Man, those are really hard to put back on. I'm not going to fall for that again. All right, you ready, Walter?
Wait, I'm plugging in. Hold on, I didn't plug in yet. All right, I'm plugged in. Let me change cameras so they can see it. All right, I am ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1, flip it. I got a fan, and mine says Ender on the screen.
Yeah, I got a nice electronics aroma coming out of the fan.
Wait.
It booted up. It says Ender 3. It has Creality's web address on it. I think we did it.
I think we got a build and no smoke. Now,
there you go.
Question. This has a micro SD card. I don't know if yours does.
Yep.
It's a micro SD card in a USB connection device.
Yep.
You got a white one?
Uh-huh.
Wow, mine's orange.
Hmm.
And I mean,
yeah, I've never had one that was quite this tight before.
Check it out. It's orange.
Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah. So it's the same type. It's just different color. I want yours. I like orange better.
No, orange and blue, baby. Okay. So here's my question. Okay, I see the SD card slot right in the front with a USB connection. I got to get this on a better level surface, guys. There we go. That's better. Let me move this camera around so they can see. Okay, so we're going to plug this into the computer and put that G code on it that you gave. Is that what we're going to do?
It should be ready for this printer, hopefully.
All right. So that's the next step you want to do, correct?
Yep.
All right. Well, I have a micro SD reader I'm going to actually use instead of that, but well, it did pop right up. And we're not going to use any G code that they did. We're going to do this directly with Chris's G code that he gave us this morning. So I go to my downloads, I copy, and Chris loves his 3D benchies. So we're going to paste that in there. So not the test dog, we're doing the 3D benchy. All right, so that's done. All right, so now I can eject that card and stick her in there. All right. It didn't give me any indication on my screen that I had loaded a card.
Okay.
Matter of fact, mine says no card.
Did you put yours in right side down or upside down?
Right side up.
Excellent. Okay, yes, no notification on card. So before we mess with that, let's go ahead and heat up.
What are you doing? Heating it up?
Let's go to prepare and then preheat PLA.
Now my nozzle's touching my deck. Did you move it up?
Yeah, you can bring yours. I would just bring it up manually just a touch while we heat up, and then we'll go through all the bed level and everything.
All right, I got to find this motor back here. All right, mine
so
is
mine,
up. Preheat PLA?
Yeah, I just brought mine up about an inch.
All right, I am preheating PLA. The nozzle is getting hotter. The bed is getting hotter. Well, the bed is staying the same. It's heating the nozzle first.
Same here. I was going to ask you that. Mine's the hot end's to 185. It got set to 185, and bed has not started heating yet.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, and seeing how the SD card will only fit in one way, I know I didn't have it upside down. Okay. Yeah, it's heating right on up. No, the file went straight over to it. It had files on it. So mine did not pick up the card right away.
Yeah, so there's somebody in the chat. Their handle is Q Romer. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but his name is David Payne. And he's the one that designed the mini Wi-Fi monitor that I built, that I did the video on last week sometime.
Yes.
He's got a lot of cool stuff. If you want to go check him out on Thingiverse, and he does a lot of cool projects. So if you go to that mini Wi-Fi video, his links and all his stuff is in the bottom. But definitely check him out. And thanks for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. And that's a great time to say we're doing split screen with Kuntry 3D. Walter, if you are not subscribed to Walter and you're in my chat, go and check out Walter's channel. Morning coffee is usually very awesome. So he does it every morning, which is a task that I could not do. So I commend him for that. But definitely check out Kuntry 3D on YouTube.
Yeah, and vice versa. I put the link for Chris's channel down in my description, and I think Chris did the same thing. The links are down there to find our channel, so it's not difficult. If you're not a member of Chris's Basement Crew, then you definitely need to be there. And if you're not a member of the Kuntry Club, come over and join us. Everybody's welcome. I do have a question for you, Chris. This thing gave a whole bunch of zip ties.
Uh-huh.
Have they said anything about zip tying anything?
No. Wire management is to your imagination. So no, they did not mention zip ties, nor did they mention it in the list of things you get with the kit.
Right.
Oh well, they do. It's under tools. They list tie. So, but no, they do not mention anything about putting them on.
Okay, just an FYI, Chris, my nozzle is at 185, which is what it's set.
Yep.
But my bed is still not doing anything. It's still set at 0.
Mine is doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to head into prepare. And so it looks like there is nothing to do that for us. So we can go into control, and we'll go temp. And I'm going to set my bed to 55.
55. Okay, and I hit. Ooh. Well, I can't. Mine actually. There we go. 55. All right.
Yep.
That was hard. I don't know about yours, but the click didn't line up with numbers on mine. It was jumping from like 52 to 56 on mine.
Yeah. That one's pretty sporadic. You can actually, if you reflash Marlin, or if they give you Marlin for this, you can set that knob. But it does look like it's heating, so that's a good sign.
Yes, mine is coming up. I still have nothing on the SD card. See, can you try yours and see if you can read your SD card?
Yeah, it says no SD. So but there is if you go in, it looks like the bottom option is initialize SD. So you can go ahead and hit that.
Well, okay, let's try that. Let me see. So when I go to init SD card, okay, now, okay, yeah, no, it worked that time. Before when I did it, it was just taking me into the SD card.
Oh, okay. So that should be good.
That's cool. So good. We're good. And yeah, I can smell that nice aroma of that heating up really nicely for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, and it lasts for a couple of days too, I found.
Does it?
It depends on which one you have, but sometimes you'll get that awesome burn smell for a long time.
I guess I could fart really good in here and just do away with that.
Then you'd mix it up.
Right. Then it'd be a burnt fart. Woo-hoo! Like a new car. John Mack, I don't want your new cars, man. He said it's like a new car smell. I don't want a new car with this smell in it. Okay, I am at 50 degrees of the 55, so this is moving right along. I can't see
mine
my
is
screen.
hit 55.
And these guys can't see my screen. I haven't. You have a split screen. I do not.
Yeah,
I'm showing one camera.
When we start printing, I will try to organize something so they can see a little better.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so I'm at 55.
Me too, sir.
Okay, so let's. This is the one that always scares me the most. Let's do prepare, and we'll do auto home and see if we get any crashing.
I will tell you, I do not like this screen because I have a tendency to put my finger around behind and mash the button.
I noticed the same thing, actually. Yeah, you're actually touching solder joints. That's not good.
Right. So we go to prepare, and we say auto home, and we go over.
Yep. See you later, JT. Thanks for stopping by.
You know what? That worked really well.
Yeah, mine didn't crash either, so we did something right.
And it was pretty quiet.
Yeah. So I'm going to move mine so I can see it, and then I'm going to go to prepare, and the first one I'm going to disable steppers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start running around with my Post-it note and trying to get the bed level.
Oh, I got to get a Post-it note. I got to do this just like Chris Riley. All right, so this had zeroed itself, so basically just going to move stuff around and get her straight. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go back to my main camera so they can see me fighting with this thing. All right, so let's pull this. Yeah, I'm way up, man. So I may
I have to say, I am digging these level knobs.
Yeah, how high were you to begin with, though? Because I'm good 2 millimeters off my bed.
I was actually pretty far down.
Were you? Yeah, I'm gonna loosen up my my Z. I'm gonna move down a bit, and we're gonna try this again because that's way too high for me to try to get out with bed leveling screws, I think. All right, that's the wrong size. So let me loosen this up a bit, and then we're going to move that down some. And then I'll rehome again and start from there.
Yep, Matt, are you talking about my room at Earth? And if that is the case, yes, I do have one.
All right, so.
Yeah, David, we're a pretty cool bunch of people. We like to hang out and build stuff, so you'll fit right in.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. I don't know what channel that was, but. Yeah, I'm supposing, I'm not sure, but that Q Romer I would think would just be Cromer, which would be cool.
Cromer?
That's a good Seinfeld reference, you know? All right, so let me try to prepare again. I got to rehome.
Matt, I don't remember. I'd have to go look and see what hotel I got. I don't remember. It's not that one, though. It's not Red Roof. It was something else. Comfort or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's much better on the height there, Chris.
Awesome.
Much better. Ooh, wow. Ooh, yeah.
I get in. My flight leaves here at like 5:45 in the morning on Saturday, and I will be there at the venue probably by 10 o'clock. So I'm just going to hit the ground running and go until I can't stand anymore.
You know, it's been a long time since I've done this. The bed leveling procedures.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't not had a printer with auto bed leveling since I put the sensor on my ANET. So.
Oh man, it spoils you. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. While we're on that, and I know you're going to do one sooner or later. Let me well, that big nut is really good, except for that back corner. When you get to the back corner by the monitor, by the LCD screen, that's a pain to get to.
Oh, I am able to turn it with one finger though, which is kind of unusual. But it is hard to get in there.
Trying to get that right tension. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. Oh wow, yeah, that's not good right there. Forgot how long this actually took too.
Yeah, especially the first time around, you have to go around a couple of times always.
Yeah.
I tell you, I found a use for the first zip tie, and I'm going to zip that extruder wire closer to that Bowden tube because it's in my way.
Well, the extruder wire is fine for me. My bed wire is actually hitting.
The bed wires are hard because they require so much movement.
Yeah.
They're hard to get out of your way.
It basically, when I pull it forward and then go backwards, it's running into the motor and jamming the bed. I got it. This one corner right here is giving me a fit. I am almost happy though. Almost happy.
Well, all the corners, in traditional fashion, all the corners are pretty tight, and the center is somewhat loose.
Almost there, almost.
All right, I'm happy with that.
All right, I'm going to the middle now, so. Yeah, the middle is absolutely loose on mine. The corners are tight, but the middle is not even any type of resistance whatsoever.
That's the same outcome that I had.
So, okay, I'm gonna check my corners one more time, and then I'll be ready to go, bud. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so the big question: what type of filament you want to use?
I don't know. What do you got?
Welcome to my filament store. I don't know what are you using right nowadays?
I normally use 3D Solutech, but I just got in and it looks like the boxes are similar to what you have. I got some Alpta. It was cheap. That $9.99. Do you have any of that?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, what about some 3D Solutech? Do you have any of that?
I do. I got orange, I got lavender, and I got blue.
Okay, I have pretty much any freaking color I want, but I have a see-through blue. So let's go ahead and grab the blue.
All right, let me grab it.
You've got their real blue, and I've got their see-through blue. So
okay.
It's going to be two different colors, and I don't know about yours, but mine has not been in a humidity-controlled environment. It has just been open, sitting on the shelf.
Yes, mine has been open for about a week and a half, I'd guess. So.
Yeah, no, mine's probably more like 6 months. No, not quite. Probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Yeah, I don't really care for the position of the extruder.
Yeah. And it seems like all these, even the non-Creality machines, do this the same way, right up against that Z-screw.
Well, I had a good cut here, and then I find that it's not so damn good. Not near as sharp as I thought I was. Okay, I am going through the Bowden tube.
Chris Riley has orange and blue. This is rigged. I like that.
Chris Riley does have orange and blue. That is correct. That's because Chris Riley's a friend of mine. He's like Jeremiah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I am trying to get some filament to feed, and I have blue coming out of my nozzle. It is slow because the temperature I don't think is quite high enough.
Yeah, the file I sliced has, hey, I found where that other Creality thing was supposed to go. I'm missing one back here. And I'm missing one back here because the extrusion is broken. Interesting.
Are you talking about on the front of the Y axis?
No, it's on the back. The back. There's a back 4040 that has 4 of these feet on it.
Oh,
and
okay.
one of my
I got you.
One of my corners of my extrusion is busted, so the thing came off.
No, mine is not. Mine's all good.
Excellent. Okay, so the code that I sent you, it's going to run first layer at 215, every other layer at 210. The bed will be 55, and it has 2 millimeters of retraction at 4 millimeters a second. So that's really all the specifics that everyone would need to know. That's probably not enough retraction for this machine, but I thought maybe since the Bowden tube was a little shorter, we'd start slow, and then we could adjust after that fact. So there you go. So all we should have to do is find that file and hit it and let it rip.
All right, so we go to print from SD. 3D Benchy fixed Ender.
Yep.
Tell me when.
1, 2, 3, go.
It is my X carriage moved up and it is heating.
Excellent.
The bed is already there, so the nozzle's heating up, and we shall see what we'll see. Now, are you gonna try to make adjustments on the fly?
We'll see. Maybe not.
Mine is going. Yours is too, it looks like.
It's moving.
I actually have plastic sticking to the bed, dude. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, this model has 3 skirts on it, so it should give it way more than enough time to prime up. And it looks like it is, so I'm letting it rip.
Yeah, my letters are going. I can see letters. So, yeah, I'm gonna let her go.
I'm totally happy with that first
hands
layer.
off. It's printing. Let me, and I'm gonna, I don't have a way to split this. I do, actually. I can split it on my channel. I won't be able to split it on Chris Riley's. I'm going to put my 920 there, and I'm going to click on it here. And I'm going to turn it on, and then we're going to move it. Wait, wrong one. This one. There we go. I'm going to move that right down here, and I'm going to shrink it a bit. There we go. I'm going to leave it right, well, yeah, that'll work right there. There. I can move cameras around while we're doing. And then I can see if we can get a little better shot. Yeah, that thing. How's yours looking? First layer wise?
Not bad.
Mine's not bad at all.
I've had worse.
Oh, I've had much worse. Much worse. No, this
so I took, on this model, I took the dimensions of the machine, but it looks like the nozzle actually, its home position is outside of the bed. So we'll have to adjust that somewhere in the slicer or something to get it in the center. So I'm a little off the center, but good enough for a guess.
Oh yeah, no doubt. This is doing infill. It's laying the infill over the top of the letters. Man, I'm happy with that.
Yep, I'm a little over half of done on layer 2, so it looks good.
Yeah, that's right. So now we get to sit here and shoot the crap with the guys.
I wonder if I think all my stuff still works. Here you go. This is for Walter.
I can't see any of what you're doing.
It won't work anyway.
Oh.
Darn.
What was it?
It was my clapping.
Oh, that's right.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work through Skype now. They probably heard it on your channel.
Yeah, so you guys on the channel can hear it, but all my audio is muted, so I can't see when people sub and all that stuff. So there you go. The clapping was for you guys.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is the perfect time to step away and take a break. I think I still got some coffee left up there.
You know what? I am frozen on my end, so what I'm going to have to do is, yeah, I think because I'm trying to put out so much video, my computer, well, I'm only at 23%, so I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I'm frozen in my video on my screen. I can even see that, but my print is going good, so I'm gonna cut this off for now and see if it'll catch up on my camera. There we go.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's not liking that I'm running the Skype, that camera and that camera and that camera all together. So.
Gotcha.
So they get a shot of me and nothing else. Because when I turn on my overhead, it freezes me like it's nobody's business. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I'm like Chris. I'm just kind of, I'm going to sit here and, I don't know about y'all, but I sit there and drool over like first layers and getting that stuff done. Well, you know, Chris, as far as a build goes, this was not bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
I mean, I actually don't have anything to complain about except for those Chinese instructions.
Yeah. Well, they'll get you every time, Walter.
They do.
Every time. All right, I'm gonna go grab a little more coffee. You watch people in the chat or something. I'll be right back.
Okay, man. My wife come in and asked me about sandwiches, so.
Ooh, tell her to make me one.
Chris wants one. No, I don't want any lettuce on mine. Thank you. Thank you, Cromer. I appreciate the subscription, guys. And I'm going to try right now to do it's choppy now. It should be straight now. There. According to me, I'm back. And I can see me on Chris's channel down here. It's good. Cromer, on my side, I only have a 1.5 megabit connection. So I'm getting the Skype video in, and I'm getting my video out, and that's why, you know, we get stuff. Paul Cumber, you ordered from Gearbest. You ordered your Ender 3 from Gearbest. And Chris, I don't hate lettuce. I just don't want any lettuce on my sandwich right now. J.R. Slater, when you get a taco, you get me a taco. And we will handle that. Arugula. Oh, I can barely say that word in my redneckese. Cool, Paul Cumber. I did not. My son-in-law ordered this from Gearbest, and then he canceled it, but they had already shipped it, so they gave him his money back because he found it cheaper on another site. So they gave him his money back, but they still shipped this. So he's like, hey, when I get it, I'll send it to you. So I got an Ender 3 for no money, so I'm happy. Let us do. I look like a freak rabbit. Let us do. Motorhead Mitch is funny. So I can't see, and y'all can see Chris's print. I cannot see Chris's print, but mine. Let me move this back up. Let me turn this on. Put it back up here so that I'm not frozen. Y'all can still hear me. My audio shouldn't be frozen. Chris is back. How's your print going, my friend?
Good.
Yeah, I just turned my camera off, and now they can see my print.
Infill's nice and dense, and it doesn't look like it's all chopped up. That's kind of a trend. I see that occasionally.
Yeah. The closest McDonald's for me is like 12 miles, buddy. It would be a bit for me to get there and back.
Z-Hop looks like it's working successfully. That's always a good sign. So good?
I'm trying to see mine here real quick because I looks like my infill alignment is off. But that, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna let it run because it just looks kind of funky. And I know you can't really see it, and the guys can't really see it, but it just looks a little weird to me. Not meaning it.
Benchies are kind of tricky like that too. So because of the shape, it kind of does, when it's rectilinear like this is, it kind of does some funny things to get it around the bow and stuff. So maybe that's the case, but mine seems to look okay, but I do stare at benchies a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you know what? That may be one reason mine's under extruding. God bless America. Be smart, people. Don't be like me. Don't be dumb. I had it probably under extruded the crap out of it because I had my filament wrapped around the filament holder, spool holder.
Oh.
So I had a whole loop around my entire spool holder, and it's dragging it through there. So the extruder is doing its job.
It'll catch up.
Richtung music. What do you do there? What do we do where? That's in your chat.
Yeah. Hello, how are you? What do we do there? It's hard to say. I do my best to 3D print things at a reasonable clip. That's about all I can do.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about my wife was on morning coffee this morning. She came in and sit down the last few minutes of morning coffee this morning.
Ricky Tanner still has not printed a benchy. Ricky Tanner, you need to be an hour late to a show and kick that thing off because you got to get that done.
Right, you need to print a benchy.
Yeah, Red Light Mike is here. I haven't said hi to you, but hello. I've probably missed a ton of people. Paul Cumber has ordered an A8. Good luck with that, sir. We all feel your pain if you have any.
Now I have to agree. If you watch, and I don't know if you're watching yours or not, but I'm watching, and I check really closely. If you watch the way that this pulls your belts, the other side gets slop in it when it does that. And Paulco Coupex asked, is it me or does the X belts look loose? And I think that's a testament to the rubber belt. I don't think that they're loose. I think that when it puts the torque on one side, it loosens the other side, and it's just, that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know that with a setup like this, I don't know stock out of the box if you could actually tighten that belt, tension it correctly so you wouldn't get that constant twist when you were going to the one way or the other. It'd be really hard to get it straight. I mean, you could probably tension it, but you'd end up with the idler cocked up or down. You would have to print something out to actually screw tension it or something to actually get it perfectly straight, I think.
Oh, and Palco is Pokon Nerd Space. It flipped his channels, so I thought it was somebody new, but it's Pokon Nerd Space, who is here quite often, which is okay. But yeah, I think you're right though. The tensioning on this is it's iffy as best. My problem is what happens. How do you replace this with a GT2? Would you pry those little brass things open and crimp them onto a new belt? How would you do that?
I think I'd just run it through and zip tie it. Sandwich it and zip tie it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It works on pretty much everything else, but...
Thank you, baby.
And if you've never done... Walter, you probably already know that tip, but people on the stream, surgical clamps are super, super cheap, and that is the easiest way to do one of those belts. Amazon, $2. Like if you're doing those belts and trying to zip tie them, get you a set of surgical clamps to hold it on there while you're trying to put those ties on. These are lifesavers.
Let me see. Are you talking about something like this?
Yep, there you go.
Absolutely.
They work awesome.
You know what? Your guys will be able to see it. My guys are not going to be able to see me eating lunch because they're watching my benchy print. Your guys are going to be able to see that because I can't switch to the benchy print for them. Wait, yes I can. You know what? I can, but I don't. I want to sit here and talk to Chris Riley. Make him watch me eat a sandwich.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, James, if I wasn't getting ridiculous, I think I have like 6 pairs of those things, all different size and bent on, on a right angle. And then you can also, get creative and bend them and make stuff out of them if you need a specific tool. They're great.
I did want to tell Rick Tune Music because they came in late. Trolling for Dollars came into mine, but Rick Tune Music, he said really cool channel, and it is, but we're actually streaming on 2 different channels at the same time. Chris is streaming on his channel, and I'm streaming on my channel at the exact same time. The same feed. My look is a little different than his. His is a little better because he's in the picture.
Yeah. Stefan is over on Tom's 3D forums. He says he misses me on the forum, and thanks for the 2130. You are welcome. I have been very lax on the Tom 3D forums. I really like to post over there. I posted the dolly build that I did over there, because he had one of those things, show off your dolly build and stuff. They're great forums, and there's a ton of info. So if you need, if you're having a really tough time, there are some really smart 3D printing people over there on Tom's forum. So definitely check those out. But yeah, I need to get over there more. I just, how many 3D printer questions can you answer in a day? I haven't found out yet, but I'm getting close.
I don't know. Carl, what do you mean we get the short straw? Do you want to watch me eat a sandwich? I can turn the camera off and you can watch me eat my sandwich like they're doing on Chris's channel. Or you can just view it on Chris's channel and get a shot of me eating my sandwich and a shot of my benchy.
I need to pull up your stream, Walter. I have no idea what's actually on your stream.
Yeah, it's a close. Say, baby. I got everybody else's sandwiches. Okay, everybody else's sandwiches are in my kitchen, so if you want one, go grab it.
Oh.
Chris is going to hop on his private jet. He'll be here in a minute.
Yeah. Awesome. Looks good. So, really, I mean, I wish, I don't want to take the time to actually take a poll, but if I were watching this stream, I'd say successful. This actually turned out, I thought, coming down here today, I was like, oh, I have no idea how this is going to go. Because I mean, this was a total experiment for us. You know, we hashed this out like what 3 days ago or something.
Yep.
I mean, we're just flying on this one, but I think it did okay. I think we did all right.
Yeah, and other than me screwing up my stream key at the first, everything turned out good.
Yeah.
So when I explained it, when we started the streaming, I had the stream key messed up. So I was streaming to my channel, which I'm going to have to go in and change that video name to part half or something. And anyway, yeah, this is going to work. It's going to work good.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to go ahead and announce this now, Chris.
Yep.
Chris and I ordered the MMU 2.0 from Prusa on the same day. So we're going to do this when that comes in too. Now, when that will be, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
This is the type of setup, and you know, how does this work for you? Martin says he's got both streams up, one muted, and it works great. So
Awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, no doubt, Carl. And Carl's coming over to get a sandwich, by the way. But yeah, and my benchy's moving along. I've already got the back deck printed. The first layer of the back deck is printed already.
Yeah, underneath the storage box is already done.
Yeah. So there.
John Mack, we need to do this with the Hoonie. You know, I watched that, you know, the Maker's Muse. I watched a little bit of the stream where he tried to do that, and then the non-review video that he did, I watched it. There's something inside me that really made me want that kit.
Right?
I mean, I know it's terrible, but it's like, oh, I gotta see this in person. But I held off. I don't need one more kit to put together, but like I said, there's just a little bit inside me. It's like, oh, now I really want one. In fact, I think I left a comment that said, now I want one more than ever. But
yeah, the guys in my chat are saying it's working pretty good as well. So thumbs up for this, man. This is awesome.
very good.
Like I told Chris beforehand, this is a lot cheaper than having to fly to Kansas City or him flying to Florida. So
Yeah.
this works out a lot better where I can do a project with Chris Riley and he can do one with me and we can do it together. And we'll probably do it this way on the next one and let Chris guide this stuff because, you know, Chris is just the bomb diggity.
No, the next one you have to guide. You have to guide me.
Oh, crap.
And let me tell you, I'm a decent teacher. I'm a horrible student. So good luck.
As long as you don't raise your hand to ask questions, we're good.
Yeah, that's going to be a little difficult. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of extra hardware on this deal.
I know, man. And you know what? I've been fussing about not having a wrench for the eccentric nuts on the TiVo. I bet one of these will fit.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
And I did get quite a few screws left over. Another pneumatic fitting and another nozzle because I had to use one of my pneumatic fittings.
I need to get a Hoonie. Hey, day ain't over yet. You never know.
Hey, T3DFR, if you're only listening, buddy, go back and watch it. It's an entertaining stream, to say the least.
Yeah, and it really, I mean, if things keep up, it's not going to be a super long stream. It'll be all right.
Chris, are you sure that's not see-through blue from 3D Solutech?
It says navy blue on it.
Oh. Because it looks really similar to what I'm sticking through mine.
It could be. That roll is, I think, I don't know, it might be 2 months old, so if they change something, I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I saw your stream. It looks pretty close to the same color.
You know, going back to the Hoonie that Angus put together, I think he got a raw deal on that because I think the kit he got was just crap from the go.
That's what it looked like.
Because it looked like one that had been put together and taken apart. It looked like their test kit from like the factory or something. It was just crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Ricky. I don't know if I have the skills for a Huni, but I'd definitely give it a shot.
How much are they? I didn't even look.
I think they're fairly cheap, $250 maybe.
Yeah, it's not worth $250 my dollars to fight with that.
Nah.
If it was 150 maybe, but not 250.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. They might be cheaper than that, but I thought he said it was like $250.
Stefan, that is the challenge, is it not? The Huni challenge, get the printer to work using only the parts included in the box.
We've had more than one stream where I had to fall back to auxiliary parts.
Yeah, and James, bless his heart, last night went through, what, 3 power supplies? Had 3 bad power supplies. I mean, just left and right, man. I felt so bad.
Wow.
Well, Mapro 6 said $213 at Gearbest for the Huni.
Yeah, I'd tell you that I'd ask Gearbest to give us some, but me and Gearbest, the wedding is off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't. They don't send me anything anymore. So I think they've tightened down their affiliate program. I'm not sure, but
somebody said it in one of their streams. You have to sell 10 times more than the value of the printer that they're sending you, or something like that.
Yeah, there's no way I'll ever do that.
Right. Well, they're used to Joel selling $300,000 worth of merchandise a year.
Well, that's probably what they're banking on. It's like, well, we got these people.
Right.
We're not going to give anything. I see that.
Hey, Carl Brown, that's a good point, man. And that's what I was talking about earlier with my first video I came out with, the greatest printer I've ever owned. Not the best by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination, but that ANET kit taught me so much about how to get stuff together and to look at what was wrong with something.
Yeah. This Apocalypse Survivor, this kit was $199, and I got free shipping, and I got it in 10 days, and I got it off AliExpress.
Wow.
I understand, though, that like somebody has a pre-order for $179 or something, but you have to wait like 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was bang good.
Well, I can tell you, this seems like a pretty good deal to me. That CR10 Mini is a pretty impressive machine. I think it's a little fancier than this one, but I think it's quite a bit more money as well. But this one, I mean, people still kind of complain at me about how I feel about the Ender 2, but this one is heads and tails above the Ender 2, and it's like $30 more. So this one, way better.
Yeah. Mr. Carroll Science said, I'm sorry, I'm speaking with food in my mouth again. The problem with everyone starting with a crap printer is that there are fire hazards that newbies don't understand how to fix.
Yeah.
Okay. I have never, in any of my printers, thought that there was a fire hazard. Now, that was before I knew what thermal runaway was and that type of stuff. But, yeah.
I don't know. I have different thoughts about that, but fire hazard, you'd have to be pretty unlucky, even on the worst kit. I'd hate to see somebody like the A8. I know everybody picks on the A8, but we're just going to say that because it's probably the most popular cheap kit ever. If somebody like 12 years old ordered an A8 and put it together and eventually got it working or whatever, maybe they're 12. They're probably not going to be so inclined. Definitely supervision would be required, I think. But a guy like a tinkerer that might want a 3D printer kit and has the ability to get it up and running or the drive to get it up and running, they're probably more than likely going to be in the know on, hey, this thing, it gets really hot. We probably shouldn't leave it alone.
Yeah, I have to agree with your thoughts there. Besides that, when I first got my kit, I didn't leave it alone. I was there like every second of every print going, oh, that's amazing. God, that's the
true.
most amazing thing.
Well, and, I'm guilty of it. You're working on this thing, and being from the States and not super familiar with the Fahrenheit to C conversion, I burned myself many times thinking, wow, that thing gets really hot.
Yeah.
So I even kind of had a hard learning curve at the beginning. I was like, well, probably shouldn't leave that alone.
Yeah. Well, it's like you don't realize how hot 100°C is until you stick your hand on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's boiling water temperature.
Yeah, that's boiling water temperature. So really, sticking your hand on the build plate at 100°C is like sticking your hand in boiling water. It's not a good thing to do.
Not good. Red Light Mike, he gets his MK3 tomorrow. Awesome. You will not be disappointed. Mine has been amazing. Tanner's going to learn to solder on his $70 A8. That's probably a great spot to learn.
Now, I saved Tanner some time because I sent him all of the frame stiffeners that I had on my A8.
Oh, nice.
The whole undercarriage stiffeners for the front and the rear, the two for the top that go up there, all of it. So he's got all of that stuff. Now he's got to take his A8 apart and put it back together again.
He'll probably have it apart a couple times anyway. It'll be all right.
No doubt. We're moving right along, Chris.
Yeah. The one thing about the CR10-ish styles, hot end setup like these are, that little half fan, that part cooling half fan, it does work, but you get a real one-sided cooling. So you'll notice a lot of strings going one way but not the other. There is a much better solution for that. I mean, they're all over Thingiverse to add different fans and blower fans to them. But that is kind of a, hey, we're just going to throw that in to say we have one type of thing. But there's enough cooling, and the heat block on these is insulated. There's enough cooling around it that you can get pretty decent prints right out of the box.
I'm going over to check your stream right now. I want to see what it looks like. Oh, I forgot. You got ads. I have to wait for the ads. You get money for yours. I do not.
Yeah, they just a little.
Oh, I forgot. You got ads. Hey, see, I like that setup. You got 4 cameras running? That's messed up. You get money for yours. I do not. But
yeah, it seems to work out.
That looks good.
Seems to work out pretty well. I did it to fill space because I didn't want to come up with some ad like you have. Yours is awesome.
Yeah, it's okay. Mine wasn't handling the 4 cameras anyway. I couldn't even handle 3. So that's pretty cool. Like that. Like that. Let me close that out. Whoop. Yeah, it when I went to that, it slowed my stream down a bit. Now it's back. So
I'm seeing a fair amount of stringing across the wheelhouse.
Are you? I don't know how you can see it. I can't even see there. Well, I can see some on the back deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some going to the flagpole in the cargo area there.
Yeah, Apocalypse Survivor, but then you have to pay for that, right? But mine's printing right along. People are quiet in the chat now.
They're mesmerized.
I guess some of them are eating lunch like I am.
Probably. Sounds like a great idea.
Because, yeah, I was starving. You know, it's really funny. My stream is going faster than my normal morning coffee stream, and OBS is in the yellow. Wow. Huh. Hook on another places, mesmerized and hungry. Red light says his pizza's cooking. Yeah, and I guess for the UK folks, it would be about dinner time. Chris is ordering pizza.
Yeah.
Probably work.
It is work.
That sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
that's a good question for you, Chris. Do you get shortchanged? Like on YouTube Red, do you know? Because they don't get shown ads on YouTube Red. Because they pay a subscription fee.
Right. I don't know exactly how that works. I don't know what the percentage is for YouTube Red, but you do get money for it. I don't know if it's as much as the actual ad on real YouTube, but there is a column over there that says YouTube Red watches, and mine's super, super low. But yeah, they do pay you for Red watches. I just don't know what the percentage is.
Huh. Okay. And just so everybody knows on your channel, it's the choice of a new generation. I hate it they went away from the old-timey looking cans. I got this. I'm not going to say minimal stringing, but it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, I'd agree with that statement.
So,
I think it might be a touch hotter than it leads on as well.
yeah, I don't know. Reach under there and feel.
Yeah.
I do got a laser thermometer somewhere around here.
I got one, but it never, this close, it never really does it justice. So the bed is pretty much 55, so that's good. But
Yeah.
you're never going to get the nozzle temp.
Well, is that you? No. One problem I have is I put my table right in front of my drawer that has my temperature gun in it, so I can't get to mine. Trolling for dollars gonna split his time between NASCAR and us? Really? Carl Brown, I was just beginning to like you, man. Jolt. He's gonna drink Jolt if he could find it. Shiny surface misreads. Tanner gonna say he actually prefers RC cola.
RC, man, I haven't drank RC in a million years.
You know, and they still make it. You know, that's who makes Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Royal Crown. I guess they might be. Dr. Pepper might own all that now, but I think that all used to be Royal Crown.
No, it's still owned by Royal Crown. It's just distributed by Coca-Cola.
Nice.
So
Royal Crown with some Crown Royal.
Yeah, there you go. Mad Mike's got it right there on yours. RC and a moon pie, dude. That was the shiznit back when I was a kid. Oh, Lord of mercy. No, Mike. No, now I've got that picture in my head. Look at my chat, the bottom line.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Trolling for dollars is going to come in and say tab for the win.
Tab.
Is that anything like Mr. Pibb? Oh, wait. No, Mr. Pibb is there. That's the sub. That's Pepsi's sub for Dr. Pepper. Mr. Pibb.
Yeah. I think Tab was the first diet drink, like diet soda, I think.
It was close, man. I don't know. But it was just, there was no alternative, though. It wasn't like Coke had Diet Coke. Tab was just Tab.
Yep.
Sean Crawford, that should be 5 cents, I hope, not $5. Oh, wait. Unless it was a game you were winning. Diet Tab? J.R. Slater said Diet Tab. Rod Lane got it right. That's a terribly awful beverage.
Nice.
5 cents. Yeah, Sean Crawford. That's what I thought. 5 cents. Peanuts in the RC. Robot Hut. We're printing benches on the Ender 3. Saccharin was in tab, Mike. You are correct. All right, since Chris is standing there dumbfounded, I'm going to take this time to say, hey, on my channel, if you're not subscribed to Chris Riley, then the link is below. Click on his channel, go subscribe and ring that bell. Dude does some awesome, awesome videos, even though his wife will not let him get out of the basement. He is always in his basement. Wait, that's not true. You did go out with the open RC car. We got to see you outside racing a car. But
that was the last time I left the house.
Yeah, so that was the last time you got to get out of the basement. The first time in like 5 years he's been out of the basement.
Pretty much.
And on Chris's channel, I'm gonna kick myself in the butt here. If you're not subscribed to me, go down, subscribe, and ring that bell. I think Chris has the link in his description as well to my channel.
I do.
This has been an experience, and it's good to get it over with on an easy build like this, because I think you're right. I think the MMU2 is going to be fun.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Yes, definitely. I ring everything that Walter said, but definitely his link is in the description below. And check him out. Subscribe if you're not. Hopefully most everyone that is watching today is subscribed already, and you are all very much appreciated.
Mad Mike said you got to see an eclipse once.
Okay, everybody, here you go. Everybody that's on the stream, you get the clapping because I have reached 3,000 subscribers.
Yes! Hey, everybody
Very
online
nice,
can
everyone.
give him a hand as well. Chris
Yep.
Riley reaching 3,000.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Oh, that is an absolute fact, my friend. That is an absolute fact.
Very much so.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, since we've been on stream, I have gained 6 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody for that. I am now at 453. I am 47 subscribers away from giving away a random Star Trek ship.
Excellent.
So, sweet. That is awesome. You got a couple of congrats on mine, so.
Yeah, very much, and they're appreciated. Thank you very much. Magnus is online. He is a Patreon supporter. Thank you very much, Magnus. Thank you, Rover. Apocalypse Survivor, John Mack.
I just got
Don,
another
thank you.
subscriber, Sean Crawford from your channel. Looks like he popped over.
Excellent.
Yes. Thank you. So, yeah, I do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone. And if you can catch my live show in the mornings, my stream is struggling here, by the way, since I'm opening up Chrome windows. Okay, now that's better. Yeah, it went to bad. If you guys can get on in the morning, and we can throw Chris a party first thing in the morning on the morning coffee for his 3,000 subscribers. That is awesome. Maybe he can wear a kilt like Ben Craig did.
Yeah, no.
No kilts for Chris?
No. Yes, it went, Carl, it was 3,000. And W and Pritt, thank you. Ben is an interesting fella, and he does 3D printing content. Ben Craig, and I was teasing him months ago that, hey, I'll try to get you to 100 subs. I was just kidding one night. I'll get you to 100 subs tomorrow if we get to see that kilt. And it took him, I don't know, 3 or 4 more months after that, but he eventually got to 100 subs, and he had a stream the other night where he had his Kilton, and so he made good on his deal, made good on his bet. So
And
that was pretty cool.
You know what's really funny, Chris, is because, I mean, everybody jumped on that bandwagon trying to help get him there.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know what's going on with my stream right now. It is dying. So if your guys can still see me, that's great. But my guys may be experiencing some, some lag here.
Yeah, your Skype call is still nice and clear and not lagged out. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know why this is now it's back up to normal, but mine's jumping anywhere from 1.5 kilobits to like 500 kilobits a second. And I mean, it's just let me go check and see what's going on in the front room. Hold on. Are you doing anything on the internet here? Watching me?
I was watching.
Okay, well, my screen is dying. That's why I was asking. I mean, but
James,
you've been watching
I'm
me the whole
not
time.
sure. I'll have to go back and look though. I would be curious to how that progressed. It seems to, after about 1,000, it seems to have been pretty steady. I got to 1,000 in February, and I'm not sure when I hit 2. But if you look at the graphs or anything like that, analytics, it seems to have been a pretty steady curve. No huge spikes or anything like that. So I'm not sure what it is, but I will definitely look it up.
Yeah, I don't.
Fernando, appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I went to look, and we actually gained 2 children in there that I didn't know were here. So. There we go. All right, everybody said it looks good on my stream, and now it's leveled out at, you know. Now it's dropping again. I don't know. It's just me. I get in front of the camera and it just dies. Robert Reynolds asked you, have you tried Clipper firmware?
Clipper? No. I don't even know that I've seen that firmware. No, I have not.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I probably can't name 4 or 5 to tell you the truth.
Well, I will tell you, I was leery of SmoothieWare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not a great fan of it, but it is getting better.
That's good.
And pretty soon.
I've never messed with SmoothieWare.
No?
No, I haven't done anything with smoothie boards or anything like that. Repetier, Marlin, of course, Sailfish. That's about it.
Now, see,
I have messed with the original MakerBot stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you've done any or not, but you know I'm going to do this build here, hopefully Monday or Tuesday, depending on when the parts come in. And after this stream, I've got to print out a little chop saw that'll use my Dremel so I can chop saw the smooth rods in half in a straight line. But
oh, cool! That's awesome. I want to see that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna print that out and try to get that together. I've got to do it in PETG or ABS. But once I get all that done, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of this week, I am going to put together that hypercube. And that's going to use the Duet Wi-Fi. So there's a whole nother thing that I have to learn.
Yeah.
So
those boards are awesome too. So I'm anxious to see that.
Yeah, me too. I have no idea. And you know I'm going to try to do this in one day. So
yeah.
We're going to have a long stream. I'm just getting people prepared. I will probably start morning coffee, and the name of it will be Hypercube Build. It won't be morning coffee. It will be Kuntry Klub Hypercube Build. It will start at 8 a.m. and go until either we're printing or I use Tannerite to blow it up.
There you go.
Congrats on your 3,000 benchies.
3,000 benchies. You're about right, Fernando. Thank you very much for the $5 tip. I appreciate it. FP3D. Check them out. I was pondering the fact of how many benchies there were. There's an upcoming video where I address Because some people are really tired of seeing benchies, and they have expressed those feelings to me. But there's an upcoming video where I address that, and it's actually pretty funny. So wait for that one. But so that got me pondering the other day, how many benchies? I couldn't come up with a number, but I can tell you I did go try to collect all the ones that I could find, and it was well over 100. And I know I've thrown at least that many away. So a couple hundred, 250 maybe, I don't know, but a lot of benchies.
Well, you would figure that, you know, I know you print at least one pretty much with every printer because that's your go-to startup print. Mine is the tree frog. So I have quite a few tree frogs. But do you print them other times as well, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I printed a couple. I don't know if you can see these or not, but I printed a couple.
Nice.
No, this one was on the TiVo when I didn't have the temperatures correct, and I promise you, if I did this, I would break it in two. The infill is not stuck together. I mean, watch the smokestack here. Yeah, and then after that, I did some changes, and yeah, this one's a much stouter benchy. Not near as big, but much stouter. But you see the stringing? So yeah, the stringing on our benchy could be a lot worse.
Yeah. That's cool, though.
And then
Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it.
Then I guess that we could have a, what do they call it? The marshmallow benchy or ice cream benchy that you printed for me?
There you go.
And I can't wait to see that in person.
Yeah. It's sad. I got another really sad one for you too, so.
You got another one for me?
Another benchy that it's almost as bad, so you're gonna love it.
Well, I have something for you that I'm gonna give you at Earth. And I know you don't really care, but I didn't. It's hard for me because I love this filament and it's so pretty. It really is pretty. Are you ready? Are you looking?
Yep, go for it.
Check this out. Look at this filament though, man.
It looks awesome.
Dude, this stuff is just the bomb. But you are going to get my only orange and blue maker coin.
That is amazing.
And it's at a 200% maker coin. This one is for Chris Riley and Chris Riley only. And it's the only one. So
that's killer. What filament is that?
This is the Filamentum Elixir series.
Okay.
This is orange and night sky.
Cool.
And dude, and it doesn't do it justice on camera. I'm telling you right now, especially on that 920 that you're seeing. But yeah. It is just, holy goodness. Yeah, Carl Brown. If you I forgot what his actual nomenclature is since Chris is not on Twitter. He wouldn't know that. But Mr. Brown, polyalchemy, not filamentum. That's right. He's right. My bad. Carl is the one that showed me these. He made a couple of vases and posted on Twitter. And I'm like, dude, I have got to have those. And I went right in and bought them. And yeah, they are slick. I got another print up here that has them on them. And this one's actually more true to my heart. Here, this one here. So
that looks great.
The orange and blue that I did in this, if you notice, it's just a layer height thing. But the orange and blue that I did, can you see the shine on that?
Yeah.
And like I said, that doesn't do it justice on that camera. It is just gorgeous filament. So.
How is that stuff price-wise? Is it kind of pricey?
I got it directly from Polyalchemy, and I think it was $40 a roll. But it's a.
They give you what? Is it a kilogram spool?
No, I think it's 750. Hold on, let me see.
750.
Yeah,
it's not terrible.
Yeah, 750 grams, 1.75 right here. You can kind of see in there how it's kind of like a pearl. Like a pearl paint job. That's what that reminds me of.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Mad Mike. Hope my multicolor luck changes with MMU. Yeah, we shall see. If I can't succeed with the new MMU, I'm just going to give up on multi altogether.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and Carl did say $38.99 a roll. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's more pricey than I could afford to print all the time.
Yeah.
You know, this Alpta that I got up here on the shelf, that's more like my normal printing speed. That was $9.99 a roll. And I do have to say, thanks guys for watching either or both streams today. Mike Whaley just said Chris is at 57 and I'm at 33, which makes sense. Chris has 3,000 subscribers. I've got 460. So that makes a lot of sense. But appreciate y'all watching. This has been fun for me.
Yeah, agreed. This has been a good time. I do appreciate everybody hanging out today.
Oh, absolutely.
And thank you, Mike Whaley, for the stat check. That's not something I keep an eye on, so I appreciate that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't either. You know, I keep the thing open that shows how many people are watching normally on my morning channel, but I don't have one on this window.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't even have one available. And I closed Chrome completely, so I can't even see my YouTube stats at all on any screen. I closed it completely because of my lack of streaming ability speed-wise.
Yeah, 3D matter makers, so the fastest that this Benchy will run is during infill, and that is at 60 millimeters a second. I could run through all the stats if you'd like, but so 60 would be the fastest. I believe outer perimeters are anything over the first layer, I believe they're 50, and then bridges are down around 30. Like I said, so first layer is going to be slower, top layer is going to be a little slower, maybe in the 40s. So anywhere from 30 to 60, but infill 60, yes.
Well, I have to say, for a first Benchy, well, seeing as how this is my first Benchy, or second, because I think I did one on the A-net, mine is printing very well. Very
not bad.
well.
I think if we crank up the retraction a little bit, maybe 4 millimeters at 40 or something like that, I think we'll probably be dead on.
What did you say you had it set at?
It's retracting 2 millimeters at 40 millimeters a second.
Yeah, Filament Frenzy, and I don't know, you don't see all of his pictures, but the guy is a god when it comes to getting filament to lay down, not string, and do stuff correctly. Mm-hmm. He said that 4.1 should be your starting point on a Bowden.
That's interesting.
And he hasn't led me wrong yet, but I look at his prints and I go, I wish I could make all my stuff turn out like that. But he sent me a Mark III profile that you need to get on my Discord and go to the links and download, because I have found that it is perfect. It is absolutely perfect, and it has the fine, the normal, and the fast setting already set for you. But it's basically perfect for the Mark III. You download it, install it on Simplify 3D, and that's what you use. Which I've been using Prusa Control. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
For the Prusa.
I pretty much only use Slick 3R.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Well, I'm all about free, so I hear you. So you have Slick 3R, and you did the settings in Slick 3R for this, or did you use Kira for this?
No, I use Slick 3R for this.
All right. So can you export that as a? Now, did you use the Prusa Edition Slick 3R or the regular Slick 3R?
The Prusa Edition.
Okay, for the Mark II or the Mark III? I have
2.
both. Okay.
Yep,
So
for 2.
if you can export what you did for this, then that would be cool. That way I can just adjust from there.
Yeah, I can send you all those, no problem.
Sweet.
I always start, and you know, people spit out these numbers like 4.15 and you know, these different retraction rates and how they tune things. And good morning, Uncle Ron, by the way. Uncle Ron's one of my faves. Not against any of you others, but Ron really makes me laugh. But anyway, so people spit out these numbers and they get really good results with them, and I totally get that. And that's a completely different thing than what I do. That is taking a machine and getting it to its finest.
Yeah.
And that is not really my thing. What I have to do is to be able to compare one to the other and stack them side by side. So the software did exactly the same thing. So now I need to take that to the hardware and allow the software model that was created to judge that hardware. So the easiest way that I do that is I start with Prusa, and I start with his defaults. So that way I can say, okay, it runs fairly decent on this Prusa machine by default, and then I tweak from there and document it. That's the easiest way that I can keep things consistent from machine to machine and give you a good idea of what you're going to get. So that's my benchmark. So,
cool.
but I totally get the numbers and stuff.
That's good to know. And I want to say hey to Uncle Ron as well. And also my daughter jumped into my chat. Hey, Gray. How are you?
Hello, Gray.
Her name is Danielle, but ever since she was a baby, we've called her Gray. And really because she played softball, Gray was on the back of her jersey, so we always were yelling out Gray, and it just stuck. You know. And now she has a daughter on the way who she's going to name Everly Grayson.
Oh, awesome.
Right. Is that right? Everly Grayson, I believe. So she's like, well, what should we call her? I said, Gray. I mean, how hard is that, right? Or something. I forgot. I think that's right. I think I'm right on the name. I'm not sure. My wife would know specifically what it would be, and the due date, and all those other things that I have no idea.
Yeah, I hear
Everly.
you.
Oh, Everly Gray. Just Gray. Oh, the boy. If she had a boy, it was going to be Grayson. Okay. Everly Gray. They're going to call her Gray. My wife just came in and corrected, everything I said.
We are 57 minutes into our benching. I'd say we were roughly half done. Maybe a little more than half done.
Maybe a little more than half done. You are correct, sir. Starting to see some steering wheel going on there. Maybe a little Uncle Brewitt 3D. Hey, that's not bad now. I could deal with that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I could deal with Uncle Brewitt. But I'm like Ricky, though. It was hard to remember and type. Brewitt, print it, blast it, build it, or Brewitt, print it, build it, blast it, whatever it was. I always got build it and blast it backwards.
Especially on your phone. They need the autocomplete on the phone.
Yeah, no doubt. That's
I get sick of watching streams on the phone.
Ricky Tanner just said on my stream, it must be a full-time job correcting everything I say. It is, because I talk a lot. My wife is in here. It is a full-time job. I can't wait till we get to Earth, because I am so ready to use my setup so that I can interview Chris Riley. I am ready. I've got the camera. I've got the wireless mics. I am ready to go.
He's going to ask me all these questions at Earth, and then every question he asks, he'll put the microphone in front of his face. I'm just going to lean in real close and go, no comment, and then step back.
Hey, it could be worse. You could go, 2 hours later.
No, it'll be fun. I'm interested. But Murph was kind of the primer, and Murph was, I'm guessing, I don't know yet, but I'm guessing Murph was quite a bit larger than what we're getting ready to head into at Earth. But Murph was kind of the primer where you got to meet everybody in person. For me, was the first time. So this time it's kind of like walking into a room of your relatives.
Right.
You know, it's going to be kind of a different thing. So I'm pretty excited.
Well, see, and I really didn't start like doing YouTube videos until after Murph. So a lot of these guys met me at Murph, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember. I came up and I talked to you at your and it's kind of hard to realize how many people were at Murph because, dude, I mean, the names and faces just blur together. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I remember a few people I talked to, but it's like, dude, you should 3D print your answers. Why? I 3D printed my printers. Oh yeah, can we tell that story? You've heard that story about Uncle Ron, right? Kicking the dude in the butt.
No, I don't think so.
Really? We were at Murph, right? And he walked up to I think it was John from You Do It, his table.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was bent over the table and looked like me from the back, so he walked up and he planted a foot in his ass. And then the dude stood up and he goes, "Oh, sorry. I thought you were somebody else." So he always likes to say, "I kicked Walter in the ass and it wasn't Walter."
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, I walked into Murph and Colin and I were just kind of walking around, and then I feel a finger pressed in my back, and he's like, and all I hear is "stick 'em up," and it's Ron. So that's how Ron and I were first introduced. So it was pretty interesting.
No, Ron is kind of like me, in that every person you meet, you don't ever meet. I never meet a stranger, and I treat you as my best friend until you give me a reason not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I mean that's just my makeup. I don't meet strangers and all that stuff. So, and Carl, you're right, but I'm sorry, Dave. I just can't do that.
Robbed by Ron.
Robbed by Ron. Did Canadian Maker Project, did you actually get it mailed to me? He was going to actually, the mic that he was looking at, Chris, in Canada was like $100 and something. When you got on the US side, it was $39.
Whoa.
So he was actually going to order it and have it shipped to me and let me bring it to Murph with him, or Earth with me. So.
Nice.
Is there a Makers Fair in Phoenix, Arizona? I don't know.
I have no clue.
Danielle, have you heard of a Makers Fair in Phoenix, Arizona? My daughter and son-in-law are stationed just outside of Phoenix. I think, what is it, Glendale or something like that? All right. Uncle Ron said he actually said this is a screw up. I would have said stick up, but I forgot my gun. Now I'm interested to see, because somebody said this earlier, that we really need to take this surface off of the ender because it sticks too well.
Oh, yeah?
That's what they said. I've never ran into that, and I've used Build Tack on several of my surfaces or several of my printers, and I've never ran into one that just stuck too well that I didn't want to use it. And now I can't find my scraper that came with this, so guess I'll just use mine. How the heck do you lose a dadgum putty knife?
I don't know, but I can see a giant tear in this build surface in my future very soon.
In your near future?
Yes.
I would have to agree. I can see that, but I've done it before. I can't say I haven't. I have torn surfaces before.
Oh yeah.
I found my scraper. Oh, and this one's got a sharp edge on it. I like that.
Yeah, that one's not bad. I agree.
Yeah. I went to Harbor Freight. Let me see yours. Let me see your handle. How is yours designed? Okay, it's the same one though, so that's cool. 38 millimeter.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Wuma, or Woma, however you want to say that.
I don't know about that, but we'll give it.
Yeah, but the one I use doesn't have an edge on it. It's from Harbor Freight. It's like one of their dollar things. So I actually need to take it to the grinder and put me an edge on it. That would probably help.
Yeah.
I see all these people like sliding it up underneath their prints, and all mine ever does is just run into the side.
Most of the time, if it's like test printing or something that's repeatable or something that I really just need to see, layer height, something I don't need to see the model for, like on a lot of my videos, I just run through and I bang them all off. Just with the handle in, I just run through all the printers and just cram it off of there.
Yeah.
Saves time.
Niles, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Said mirror and wood glue is good for this. The Ankita's build plate is very light. Glass makes it too heavy. So I mean, there's everybody has their opinions. I'll just have to see how mine works.
Mike misses it when I do that sometime soon. There's a video that I do that again, Mike. So you'll get a reprise of that. If you notice though, I haven't done any printer reviews. I don't even know what the last one I did was. TiVo Tornado, I guess. But I do have one coming. But reviews are really hard. I mean, you got to print a lot and put up with a lot of crap out of a printer to get a review done. So I'd much rather do projects.
And my daughter did come back and say there was a Maker Faire last year, but not this year. So, okay. Good deal, good deal.
There is one in Kansas City, a Maker Faire, and I guess they have a pretty good turnout. But unfortunately, I get no, there was no advertisement or anything for it, so I had no idea when it was, and it turns out it is the same weekend as Earth, and I was already booked for that. So I'm going to miss that one.
Yeah, and that's sad. Well, and I don't know if you know or not. Is Joe Mike coming? How many guys are coming from Kansas City? Because there's like 6 or 7 of y'all.
As far as I know, I'm the only one. The only guys I know is 4 of us. There might be another one, but it's Scott, Mike, me, and Colin. But as far as I know, I'm the only one.
Okay.
I can't imagine Joe Mike wouldn't come, but maybe not.
Well, he just started a newer job, I think, or he changed positions or something. He may not, be able to get off. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's summertime too. I mean, that vacation season, taking the fam around. I mean, you never know.
Right.
Welcome back, Robo. Yep, they're not looking too bad.
Yeah, Chris, I'm vaping on your channel, not on mine. So if they go to ban it, they'll just ban your channel, not mine.
Okay, excellent.
Somebody sent me.
Then it'll be morning coffee with Walter and Chris.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. Come on with it. I do not have an interview for this week. I've been trying to hold off, till I found out what my job was and what my schedule was going to be. Well, it kind of leaves you short every week, because you're like, hey, you want to be on the show? And I don't want anybody to think they're the last resort, but it's got to be really somebody in the U.S. and stuff that I know I can just get at short notice. So. Yep. We might just have a hanging with Chris tomorrow night or something. We can, because after we get done with this benchy, and I can get this set on a lack table that I have set up over there already. I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to see. This does not have power off resume, does it?
I can't imagine it does, but I've been wrong before. I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm not going to try it. But
Well, yeah, me either. Not on the first benchy.
yeah. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even go to the link. Sometimes in the streams, on an easier stream than this one was, sometimes I'll go to the page and take a look at it before we build it. I haven't even done that yet. So
Yeah.
he says it does have power off resume. So I'm guessing it writes to the SD card every so often.
It would have to be every line, would it not?
I would believe so.
I mean, for every movement, it would have to be writing to the SD card.
Yeah.
God, the thing about it is, I don't even trust that speed. You know how fast that would have to be writing?
Yeah.
You know? Carl's
Well,
going to say, test
especially
it,
with the
test
SD
it.
card. Yeah, especially with the SD card they gave you in this kit. It is more than likely sketchy at best.
Yeah. Test it at the smokestack. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. You know, because you're almost done. You can tell how good the benchy did. You know, if you do it on the last little bit of the smokestack, it's not too bad. Lorenzo, does it work? My son-in-law said he has used it, so does it work? I don't know. Let's see.
Every Z move, so it has to. So if you write every Z move and you power off, then you have to start from the beginning of that layer every time. So you would either have like a half a double or something like that, maybe.
Which, you know, that's still not bad though, for the most
No,
part.
if it saved the print, I'm all for it.
Now, if you're running it like, you know, a large nozzle and running at 0.8 millimeters thickness, you know, it might be a problem. Yeah. But if you're running at, you know, 0.2, you'd have.
Yeah, I've had that experience at like running at like 0.8 and trying to get it back lined up. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Oh, this Colin says it maintains power for card write using a capacitor. So when it detects power off, well, here's the problem with that, Colin. He said presumably. Here's the problem with that. If you look at the Mark III, it actually has a signal wire coming from the power supply that goes to the board. This does not. This only has a 2-wire plug coming out of it. So, okay, so he says it saves X, Y, and Z position and resumes without redoing anything. Oh, and my son-in-law says it works like a champ.
So it saves X, Y, and Z, but then when you kick it on, it just starts where it left off. I guess it doesn't try to rehome or anything like that. It probably couldn't, because it wouldn't know.
No.
Interesting. I would like to investigate that a little further.
Okay, and Joe Paddock says when you turn the power switch off on the ender, I think you can give it a good 10 count before the light goes off on the screen. So it's using some pretty good capacitors there.
Cool. Uncle Ron, the Resumer people, that Kickstarter, they contacted me and said, hey, you want one of these things? And I said, I guess. So, but it's pretty cheap. I think the Kickstarter to get in with them is like $30 or something like that.
$24 for one.
24? Okay. Yeah. So supposedly, if they ever get off the ground, they're going to mail us one. So we will check it out.
I think they said it's like $50 or $60 for 5 though. So they give you an incentive to go up to that next level, you know?
Yeah, if it works, it'll be worth it.
Right, because then you've got one on each, you know, printer. I mean, that just, yeah. So I wonder if I turn off my power strip, is that going to work?
Should. All right, so I'm getting pinged from work I'm going to go check something real quick, but I'll be right back. Give me like 3 minutes.
We got you covered. Oh, this is starting. Mine's starting to
All
look
right.
like kind of crappy on the thing. So,
Mine's pretty stringy at this point.
well, no, I'm just looking at the way it's printing the pillars, and I'm looking in the camera. I'm not looking at it, and they just kind of look kind of funky. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'll be right back.
Hey, Ron, you said it was 5 for $100. Okay, cause yeah, I guess that would save you a little bit of money. But what I saw was they must have changed it because it was cheaper than that. It may have been 5 for $100. Here we go. Wow, a variable speed fan on this thing. So you get one for $21 or $24. $100 you get 5 resumers and 5 USB cables. So not bad. So yeah, if you do 3, then you would get 3. Yeah, I got you. Okay, they have a special price for Hackaday.io. Okay, cool. Cool. Canadian Maker Project has an 8-hour drive. It doesn't heat the bed automatically. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. It does in the G code when you put it in the G code. Sweet, Matt1UK. I'm one of your subs. And I do want to take this time again to thank all of those that have come from Chris's channel to sub to my channel. The link is in Chris's description. For all of those on my channel that aren't subscribed to Chris, he just hit his 3,000, and I know it was because some of y'all actually subscribed, which is awesome. The Country Club is a great place to be, and I appreciate every one of you. Chris's basement is a great place to be, and I appreciate every one of y'all. So it's fantastic, guys. And if I can work out the details with Chris Lane tomorrow night on my channel, I will interview Chris Lane from Venturi 3D. His printer is unique, and you will get a chance to hear about it, and we will do that if we can work out a time. As of right now, normally my streams for my interviews are at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Chris has graciously said he would fill in my slot, Chris, from Venturi 3D. Not that Chris, Chris Lane from Venturi 3D.
I've already had my run.
Yeah, you already had your. You want to get back on the couch? We can talk about your mother again.
Yeah, that's what your streams are missing. Everybody needs a couch.
Everybody needs a couch. That's right. Where's Walter's basement? My basement would be underwater if we dug a basement here. Yeah, basements don't work in the swamps of Florida, people. It just doesn't work. Chris Lane is from Tampa, Florida, so he is another Florida boy. Well, he doesn't really live in the real Florida. He's kind of like Sean. He lives outside the real Florida. But, you know, they are still in Florida, so we have to give them that. Now, I'm going to let Chris take care of chat for a minute while I go drain the main vein.
You got it. I got both of them. I'm all over this. I'll let Alder pick that one up, Shalom. Uncle Ron, it looks like you do everything from your basement. Is that correct? Yeah, I thought so. I know a basement dweller when I see one. No basements in Texas? I guess it depends where you are in Texas. Soil might be a little too rocky down there. Oh, thankfully you turned off his mic. Yes, Carl, you are correct. Thankfully he did. Not in southern Texas. Yep. Gotcha. Crawl space video? That would be very interesting, Robbie Mac. No basement, North Carolina either.
I have to disagree. I don't know that I want to be in Robbie Mac's crawl space. I love Robbie Mac, but I just don't think I could be in his crawl space. My microphone decided to take a dive. Okay, there we go. Starting a live stream build of an AM8 in an hour or so. Just need to make room on the table. Sweet, Colin.
Awesome. This one was sliced in Slick 3R. I have tried Idea Maker. I haven't gotten very far with it yet. I just haven't had any time. It seems to be pretty good, and I have not tried. Somebody mentioned Clipper, and I have not tried that yet. So I need to check that out as well. So many things on the list that I need to do. That probably now is a good time to mention that for both streams. I will be taking a couple of weeks off from YouTube, and it's not going to be until July. So we have videos that roll through July, and I'm going to be at Earth. I will be in and out for a couple of weeks. I plan on I've got some stuff lined up for a couple of live streams here and there, but I will not have the Wednesday and Sunday videos consistently for a couple of weeks in a row. So sorry about that, but I really need to take a little time off and do some other things that I have been meaning to do for months now. So I am going to take a little time off of YouTube, but I will be back. And when I come back, I've got content planned that's going to be pretty awesome. So we'll be back in a big way in just a couple of weeks. But just to let all the friends know that will be happening.
Well, unlike Chris Riley, I will not be taking any time off. Morning Coffee will go on at Earth every day while we're there, and even when we're not. We're going to be in Washington the Monday and Tuesday after in Washington, D.C., so I may do it from the front lawn of the Capitol building. The Country Club will be at the U.S. Capitol. Anyway, I did
that would
see
be so cool.
That you need to ban, there's a user on your chat you need to ban right now because they had some dirty words coming out of their mouth. It says go, I can't even bring myself to say that. If they don't say go Gators, they need to be banned. I mean, oh, and Trolling for Dollars knows I'm just joking. We're not going to ban Trolling for Dollars for sure. But I can't.
Yeah, Sholm, that's actually pretty much correct. I have everything done until I have a half a video to record still. And then after that piece of video is done, I have everything already done that runs through July 1st. And then, so pretty much maybe even after tomorrow, I will be officially on summer break from YouTube. But the videos do contain, the last one is Sunday, July 1st. And then I should be back, just a couple weeks after that. So it's a pretty long vacation for me, actually. It's probably the longest one I've ever had from anything. So, yeah. But I will be at Earth, and all the videos will continue coming out while I'm there. So it should be good. And I'm looking forward to meeting you, too.
On the subject of Sean while we're there, he also needs to be banned for some of his comments earlier on. He had some nasty stuff come out of his mouth, too. Something about being close to Georgia and being this dog fan or something. Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't know about you, Chris, but for a first print, dude, I I am very happy with this print. This is rocking. I mean, even with the stringing, yeah, which we knew, you knew that coming in. So this thing is kicking butt.
The finish looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, all the layer lines and everything are stacked real nice. The stringing is a little high, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, we're going to set the retraction right. That's what we're going to do.
That's right.
Now, did you do this? You did this with the standard Mark II? Just change the build size and let it go? Or did you change the retraction too?
All I changed was I pulled in the standard MK2 slicer version. I used the 0.2 millimeter layer height print setting. I used that. And then I pulled in the Mark II printer settings, and I changed the G code to take out all the magic stuff.
Right.
And then I changed retraction from, I think it's like 0.8 up to 2. And then I changed it from whatever the speed was to 40.
Okay.
And that's usually where I start for a Bowden machine of any type. But then on the print settings, the only thing I changed on the print settings was I took it to 3 skirts instead of just 1, because I wanted to give it a fighting chance.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, you know, everybody I've talked to said, man, the bed leveling on this sucks. It's hard to get to bed. That was actually relatively simple.
I've had way worse than that, yeah.
Well, and like I said, I've done. Oh well, hold on just a minute. I've got to. You know what? If you watch me right here, we're fixing to hit the power switch. I just killed mine. It's dead. The screen is off. I killed it. So we're gonna see. Let's see what it does. It's booting back up. Hey, wait, on the screen, and I don't know if you can see this. Let me pull it back. It says resume print ? I'm going to go down to yes. Right there. And I'm going to hit the go button.
Ooh.
So I hit resume, and it is heating the bed.
Nice.
So I'm going to go back over here, and I'll keep you abreast of what it does. But now it didn't move the nozzle, so there's going to be a divot right there. So there's going to be a mess up on the model, but it didn't fail.
Cool.
Not yet. It did not fail yet. So right now my nozzle is down to 153 degrees. My bed just got hot, and now my nozzle is fixing to heat up to 210. It's heating back up.
Awesome. I love it.
So,
Uncle Ron, I am going to try my best to fit an actual vacation in there. We'll see if it happens. I don't know how. There's a lot of tech guys on this chat, I understand, but I don't know how your vacations go. But my vacations go like this: you take vacation, and then they start calling you, and then unless you have a ton of willpower, eventually they bother you so much you have to answer eventually. So that's how my vacations go. Mike, anything more with the R1? I've been printing with the R1 like crazy. I got piles of stuff off that R1.
Hey, Chris, real quick.
Yeah,
This actually did go to a home position. Don't know if you can see this. It went to
I'm seeing it.
a home position, and now it's just stopped. I'm waiting to see what this does. Oh, it's backing my filament all the way out. And I mean completely out. It unloaded the filament completely. And it's still, the extruder is still running backwards.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just constantly, I'm going to let it sit here for a minute and see what it does. Because my nozzle is hot, my bed is hot. But the extruder is just here, let me get my camera over here, and you can see it. It's just running. My extruder motor is just running completely backwards, not doing anything. not anything that it should be doing. So I'm going to give it a minute.
Still trying to kick filament out, huh?
Yeah, it's still trying to get the filament out, it looks like. And it's completely out. I mean, completely out. So I don't know. On the screen it says printing, but the extruder is just running backwards. So for those of you that said the power off resume of the ender worked flawlessly, that's not my case. So hold on, Chris. Let me take care of this real quick.
Okay? That's fine.
3D Stabeculi, which is Rapala Street, is back on my channel again. And whenever you say something, yes, we see you. Just because we don't respond or we don't respond in 2 seconds doesn't mean spam the channel with stupid sayings. If you do it again, I will ban you from my channel permanently. Okay, guys, this thing is just stopped. No, that's fine, RoboHut. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's still continuously doing. Okay, wait. It's going back. I don't have any friggin'. Can I pause this? Pause. Okay, it ejected all of my filament. Now I'm pausing it. Okay, I'm going to reload the filament because it resumed.
Huh.
So I'm going to put filament back in here and see if it'll resume. I don't know why it kicked all my filament out unless that's something in the profile of the slicer. All right, so now I am got filament back in here. I'm going to go back in, click resume. It is going back to the print. It's oozing filament, and it's making a smokestack. So we're going to put the camera back on here and see what we get.
Well, I guess we should try mine now too.
Well, hey, unplug yours. I just turned the power off.
I'm going to hit the power strip.
Okay. Lorenzo said my extruder is mounted different, and 3D Matter Maker said different from his too. Well, apparently, looking at Chris's, mine looks different from his. Because I think you're right. I think mine was actually supposed to be pushing it in instead of pulling it out. But if that was the case, it wouldn't be feeding filament to begin with, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be printing if that was the case.
Right. So I don't know.
So mine said you want to resume, and I said yeah, and now it's heating up stuff.
Right.
Oh, now it's doing stuff. Now it's homing. Now it's kicking out filament like crazy.
Right?
Yeah, it's doing the exact same thing yours did.
Yeah, mine kicked it all the way out. But then it sits there for like forever trying to eject filament. And then it decides it wants to resume.
Huh.
And Robert Reynolds said it's in the wrong orientation. You had to flip it. But here's the problem. What are you talking about? Oh, anyway. But he said is the orientation. If the orientation's wrong, I don't know how that would work. Because then
yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, and it was already put together. I didn't do anything. It was already put together. Chris's was too. It was a pre-assembled.
Yeah. If it ever stops retracting, I'm just gonna shove it back in really fast.
You know what, Chris? No, because the only way I would see that you could do this differently would be to have the QR code on the back and have the rest of the mast, but you can't do that because of the Z-screw. So it can't mount but one direction.
Now, this is set up exactly like every other Creality printer.
Robbie Mac says, turn the extruder assembly 90 degrees counterclockwise, but yes, it makes no difference in its function. So yeah, even if I change and I can understand that, but even if I change that 90 degrees, that's really not gonna matter. It's still gonna kick all of the filament out. And Chris, I'm gonna tell you right, is yours all the way out? Are you waiting to put it back in?
It's all the way out, but it's still spinning.
Yeah, but it doesn't spin to reload it.
That's crazy.
It just automatically goes back and starts printing.
Yeah, whatever cycle that it's working on is not correct in any way.
Yeah. Well, the reason that it's stringing so much 3D Stabeculi is because this was a guess. Chris and I are both printing the exact same benchy, and it was a guess. And mine is not printing man. It's just it's not even like extruding plastic. Yeah, the extruder's not moving. I hit resume and I'm getting 0. It's just bouncing back and forth. It's not really pushing filament unless I have a jammed extruder, but I do not because I can push plastic out. Sorry guys, my resume did not work at all.
Mine's taken off, but we'll see if it actually starts extruding anything.
Yeah, my extruder's just, it looks like it's doing the retractions only and no extrusion. Yeah, mine's just going through the motions with 0 extrusion right now.
Yep, mine's doing the same thing.
Yeah, so.
There you go.
So maybe a firmware update?
I'm going to say firmware on this one.
Because you can look at my screen now and you can see the whatever you want to call that. It's not spaghetti because it's not putting anything. I'm going to stop this print, Chris, because this is just wasting heat. Well,
looks like a new video. There you go.
Yeah.
Gonna have to have a video on how to fix this one.
I don't know what they were talking about though. I just grabbed the benchy and it popped right off. So, got to turn my video capture device back on. But I just grabbed a hold of my benchy and popped it, and it popped right off. So
there you go. Not bad.
I didn't even
There's no elephant foot or anything though.
Yeah. I will say, Chris, the layer lines on the layers look fantastic on this.
The layers look amazing.
The bottom is good and clear. And
the overhang is very, very impressive.
oh yeah, yeah. The front. Are you talking about the bow?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. It is very, very nice. I'm getting out the old magnifying glass here. I can almost read 3D Benchy on the back. Almost. Not quite, but almost.
Mine's a little blobby, but still almost.
Yeah, man, that's nice, man. I'm looking at these under a magnifying glass, and the layer lines are exquisite. I mean, uniform. So, yeah, right?
Okay.
Go ahead, sorry.
Nope, so I'm just going to run through this real quick. And it is totally not the same color on camera as it is in real life. That's crazy. But, because it's almost purple in real life. You can check out that overhang. That is really impressive, even for like a Prusa machine. I mean, that looks really good. The layer lines, around the porthole, you can definitely see where it did some retract and messed up that layer. But still, you know, respectable, definitely respectable. The prints, I mean, just all the way around. You can see some blobbing in the corner, but again, that's where it retracted, so it pulled back in, and you'll see that on the top. The back hole looks really good. It's a little oval, not bad. The bridge is okay, maybe a little hot. The bottom side looks good. And then as far as then we've got the stringing to deal with. So stringing is kind of an interesting phenomenon. But there's stringing, and then there's stringing where you can actually see it stair step each string. So it's actually stringing off of a string, and that's when things get really bad, when you have a lot of slop in your setup. This one's not really like that. I mean, you see it a little bit right in there, but bump up the retraction just a little. I think you can get rid of all that. The deck, super smooth. The bridging around the windows looks really impressive, especially for that part fan. Steering wheel came out good. The top's nice and smooth, and the smokestack is pretty round. So, I don't know. I don't know about you, Walter, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Chris, I do have an issue that you didn't mention, and I don't know if you can, and you can't see it right now, but on my stream, I'm showing it in my my GoPro Plus. I had a layer shift up, and it's on both sides. If you can kind of notice in the pillar, and it's hard for me to point at it, but you can see the ledge in the pillar of mine where it looks like it shifted only the front half of the cabin. The back half doesn't really have that shift in it. But the front half is, and up around the top of the curve there, you can see the where the line of the curve shifts. It's just weird looking.
Yeah, I see that. I can make it out on your stream. Yeah, no, I did not experience that.
So, I mean, everything else that you described was absolutely the same, except, and I told you that while it was printing. I said, it looks like the pillar, sorry, Hack Monkey, I was showing it on my screen, not on his, but on the, if you look now, Chris, on the Skype video on yours,
yeah,
you should be able to see it really much better there. You see that wobble at the top of my door?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on the other side the same. So, everything else that you described was absolutely correct. But I said that during the print. I said it looks like my pillar is kind of funky looking. Well, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a layer. I don't even know what that is, man. But it's got to be a layer shift. But it's really weird because everything else pretty much lines up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and Sean said it may be belt tightness. So let me do that. Let me do that right now. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna check this flop because my belt is tight, guys. I'm sorry, but the belt is actually really tight. So I'm gonna take these two loose on my little idler here, and I'm gonna push as hard as I can push, which I hate doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Hard as I can push, that's it. There's no harder. Then I'm gonna tighten it back down. And if they're slopping the belt now, it's because the belt's stretching. So, I will say this, I don't think I had that problem that everybody was talking about with the right side of the carriage, you know?
Yeah, I mean, mine feels pretty sturdy. I mean, like, you know, there's no really slop in the extruder or the hot end carriage or the X carriage. I mean, I think the Y belt from the factory is even tighter than the one that I did on the X.
Well, and mine's about the same, I'd have to say, because, man, I put all I could do on there. So
yeah.
But I have to say that overall, I am very, 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 very pleased with the print off of this.
So am I. Cool. Successful stream. We have a benchy.
We have a bench. Yours is a little more complete than mine because, you know, I hit that power switch before you did. I have
That's
no
crazy.
I have no stack unless you count. If you look over here where it decided that it was gonna, you know, put the bubble down here. I've got a nozzle blob right there that I could call a stack, I guess. So.
That's all we can do. We tried.
I am very, very, very happy.
Yep.
So, what do you say? Is this a good stream? Is this what this is?
Yep. I say successful.
So I would say no less than when we get our MMU2s, we're going to do this again. What do you say?
That sounds good to me.
So we will have to do that again. Okay. So Neri's mentioned. Oh wait. Lift it higher. Oh no, that's not it. Neri's mentioned it. Looked like Creality had addressed some of the issues from the first run. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Talk to. Anyway, sorry. I'm trying to catch up with streams, but
Nope.
guys,
I'm good.
guys from the Kuntry Klub, thank you for being here. Guys from Chris's basement, thank you for being here. I've had a blast. I can't wait to do this again with Chris Riley, and I'm gonna let Chris Riley say the bye stuff because, you know, both of us have our supports down in the description and all that kind of good stuff. You know how to get there. You know what to do. If you're not subscribed to one, subscribe to the other, blah, 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 blah. But, Chris, you take it away and you'll count us out to hit that end stream button.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yes, thank you to the Kuntry Klub. You are a bunch of die-hard 3D printing folks, and you are much appreciated. Thanks to Walter to building this with me. This isn't the easiest thing to do in the world, and I think we did a very commendable job on this one. Thanks to all of my supporters and my subscribers. As always, you're always appreciated. Thanks for everybody that did all the tips today. Those help out greatly, more than you. Ron, I will be at IRF Saturday morning. I will see you at the event. I will be heading there directly from the airport. But we'll see you. We will definitely do this again. This was a lot of fun. Subscribe. Check out the Kuntry Klub, Kuntry 3D on YouTube. Subscribe. All the links are in the description. And I think that is good for today. So thank you all for attending. I appreciate it.
And I guess we're going to stop now?
I stopped.